We are live. Hey, players. Welcome to my prom broadcast. We're going to be talking all about prom. I'm going to be answering a ton of your guys' questions. So as we let people roll in, I just want to let you know now, if you're excited for this, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know. Oh, I hear the echo. Let me mute it in the background. I'm super pumped, super excited. And as soon as more people start rolling in, we'll start getting to questions and we can get this ball rolling. I'm excited, guys. I hope you are too. James Welsh, how's it going, James? Good to see you, man. All right, so more people are starting to roll in. And how's everyone doing? Everyone that's here now live. Good to see you guys. So, like I said, this is going to be a prom hangout. I'm going to be answering any of your prom questions. I know some of you had prom in the last few weeks, even this weekend that just passed. And I know some of you have prom coming up. Whether it's prom or a school dance, whatever's on your mind, I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk to you guys about it. So, without further ado, let me just get a few hays in here. Hey, Hunter Theater, how's it going? Mr. Sloth, Mara Baraku, Zane, Polaroid, Josh, Green Freezer, Robert, Annabelle, Razor, Scrublord, Val, Spicy Curry. How's everyone doing today? I'm super excited. Let's get right into things. So Sean asked the first question here. Hey, Josh, how do you become friends with someone you rejected? Okay, so someone you rejected, that's an interesting question. So Sean, I think when it comes to rebuilding a friendship with someone that, like, let's say you pushed away, that might be a little angry at you or upset, the best thing to do is to let them know. I think when you reject them, the best thing to do is to let them know that you do view them as a friend and you don't want to kind of pressure them into feeling like you guys can't talk to each other. It's going to be awkward. You know, it's important to let them know that you do see them as a friend and you are okay with them kind of being around you and talking and interacting with you. The last thing you want to do is kind of set a precedent where they feel awkward or, bad for talking to you. So I would reapproach them. I would talk to them. I would let them know that you see them as a friend. Scrub Lord says, Daddy Josh. You guys say so. If any of you guys are interested here, I have my Josh Speaks Love and Peace t-shirt on. And I'm going hard. I'm gonna go hard on Spreadshirt now. I'm creating new Josh Speaks merchandise. I got a few t-shirt ideas in the mix. I have a bunch of them up there now. If you are interested in a Josh Speaks t-shirt, you can always go check them out. Go see what I have available at thejoshspeaks.spreadshirt.com. If you're someone that's just signing in, hit the thumbs up button and let me know that you guys are excited for this stream. All right, so I'm gonna do what I typically do, which is kind of pause the comments, right? And I'm gonna kind of go through them one by one. If you have a comment that is super pressing that you need me to answer, that you can't wait for me to get to it in the lineup, you guys can always use the super chat function. Super chat function is pretty easy to use. Where the comment section is, all you got to do is click the little $, and then from there you can pay to have your comment go to the top, and it'll flash in front of me, and I'll see that it's from you guys. You can give it as little, I think, as $1 to get your question in front of me. So if you have a question that's super pressing and you need me to answer it tonight on this live stream, we're going for 2 hours. But if you need me to answer it, that's the best way to get it past the lineup here. So let's see what else we got. So Mr. Sloth says, Josh, there's this girl in my class. How do I talk to her but not look too creepy? So that's a good question. I did a video a long time ago called How to Not Be a Creep in Front of Girls. I want to do an updated version of that. But basically, I think the best way to not look creepy is, here's the thing. The less you interact with your crush and the more time you spend looking at them, the creepier it's going to be. The more you try to talk to them and the more you try to interact with them, the less creepy you'll end up being. Usually people end up being considered creepy because they aren't interactive. And I think that's the main problem. And whether it's not being interactive because you're nervous or scared or you don't know what to say, setting that tone where you're just kind of looking at them a lot can create a creepy kind of environment. So the best way to avoid that is to do small things, take small steps and make small conversation pieces, like asking them how their day's going, asking them what they're doing after school, asking what their hobbies are, asking them if they've seen a certain movie. I'm working on it and I'm finalizing it for you guys. I talked about it in the last stream and I'll talk about it here again. I'm putting together a document of 20 icebreaker conversation starters. And I'm going to outline when to use them, what are good follow-ups, what to say if the person doesn't respond to you, good ways to kind of engage in conversations. I'm putting that together for you guys. It should be done hopefully soon. But I think the best way to not look like a creep is to basically do that. Interact with them more, talk to them more, because then they'll start to see you as, oh, he's just a normal guy or normal girl that's talking to me and he's not weird. James says, I'm a sophomore next year. Is it okay if I ask a junior out to the prom next year? James, that's totally fine. I've seen seniors go with freshmen and juniors with sophomores. I think, if you're all within the high school range, even if you're within the middle school or junior high school range, you can ask anyone of any age. I think that's totally fine. I think there's always this fear of talking to someone or asking someone out that's older than you or younger than you, because you're always afraid, like, maybe they're going to turn me down because of my age, or it's weird to ask them, or people are going to think it's weird. But at the end of the day, if you're in high school, whether you're a freshman or senior, everyone kind of interacts and can talk and get to know each other better. So I don't think there's anything wrong. Annabelle says, I have prom. What should I do? So Annabelle, I'm going to interpret that question in this way. I think a lot of people have prom coming up, right? Like just recently I was talking to one of my friends who just went to his prom this weekend. And right before the week, like within the last week, he had a million questions running through his mind. Do I go to prom? I don't have anyone to go with. Is it weird to ask on my crush? What do I do? And what ended up happening was at the last minute, he got things kind of worked out, and he ended up going with the girl that he didn't anticipate going with, but he ended up having such a wonderful time. He didn't even think, oh, let me ask her. And she didn't have anyone to ask her either. So they just decided to go together. So if you're wondering, what should I do for prom? Who should I go with? I don't have anything ready. Start to talk to different people in your class. Start to talk to friends, ask friends of friends, and I can guarantee you'll find either a group that's going that you can tag along with, or someone that doesn't have a date to go to prom with, and you can always just ask them and get to know them better. So I think if you're in that boat where you don't know what to do for prom, I would highly suggest doing that. Or if you want to just go to prom alone, I did a video on that. Should you go to prom alone? I think you should, because I think the experience of just going to prom is just the fun one that it's not worth missing out on, I think. Comment section jumped, so I'm going to try to jump in here. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. I'm going to try to get to as many questions as I can, and I'm super pumped. I'm excited for this. All these people saying hi, hello everyone. Protron, Great Gamer says, can I have a shout out? You absolutely can. And let's keep moving through the questions. Okay, Scrublord, how do you become a couple with a girl that hates you in middle school? Okay, so Scrublord, that's a good question. I did a video a while back called what to do if your crush hates you, and you might want to check that video out, but I'll give you kind of a brief summary here. If you want to become a couple with a girl that you feel hates you, I think the first step, obviously, is to try to work on that. Work on her hating you. Why does she hate you? Does she find you annoying? Does she think that you guys don't connect well? You're too different from her? Is she embarrassed to talk to you in front of people? Try to understand why she may hate you. If you can break that down, if you can get her to not hate you and to say, oh, he's not such a bad guy, he's pretty cool, I can talk to him, I can open up to him, then you can work on being a couple. So I think before you jump to being a couple, work on building a friendship with her, because that friendship is going to be the solid foundation of what you guys need to start working towards being a couple. The best way to build that friendship is to ask her about herself, learn about her hobbies, ask her what she does for fun, learn more about her, and that'll get her to open up to you. Let's see. Mara Baracco says, I don't have anyone to go to prom with, but my friends do. 2 guys, 1 girl. If there are any more, what to do? So Mara Baracco, I think that's exactly it. So here's the thing too. When I went to prom, and I did a video kind of talking about my prom stories, the first prom that I went to, I didn't have a date. I went with my friends, and I think only 2 people in the group. So there were 4 people, essentially 4, that went as couples. 2 people and 2 people went as couples. Everyone else was single, and we all just kind of went together. So it was a big mix of people. Now, and it worked out for me. It's totally fine. Now I understand where you're coming from, where you don't want to be kind of this this fifth wheel, or 2 guys, 1 girl. So you don't want to kind of be this extra person that's there and kind of just watch everyone else enjoy themselves. So, and don't think of it like that, because who you go with is exactly that. It's who you go with. Who you spend your time with while you're at prom is a totally different scenario. You can hang out with your group of friends. You can go talk to other people. You can go talk to people that you see in class. Here's the thing though. When you're at prom, it's kind of like a different world. Everyone's dressed up, everyone looks good, everyone feels good, and there's just this energy about it that you can just breathe in and enjoy. So don't worry so much about who you're going with. It's more important to think about who you're going to talk to and who you're going to interact with while you're there. Let's see. Val says, hey, Josh, I love you, Josh, not in a gay way, but I got a girlfriend, and I have the guts to ask her out. I followed all your tips today, I asked her out. Dude, that's awesome, Val. I'm so proud of you. I'm happy that you got a girlfriend. I hope things work out. And look, to Val and to anyone here, if you guys ever want to talk to me one-on-one, you know how to reach me. You can always shoot me a message over on Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or by email, anywhere that you want. Anywhere you feel comfortable talking to me, shoot me a message. My username for Snapchat and Instagram is the Josh Speaks. You can add me on there and we can talk one-on-one. And Val, definitely do that because I do want to keep up, man. Keep up with me. Let me know how things are going as you develop your relationship. Hello, yo, bro. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? Cool, yeah. So there's more people popping in here. To anyone here that's new, this is a prom Q&A. I'm going to answer all of your prom questions, all of your dating questions. If you have a school dance coming up for middle school, whatever it may be, we're getting close to the end of the year, guys. And this is the crunch period where a lot of people are starting to think, wow, I'm graduating and I won't see my crush ever again, or there's a girl I like, how do I talk to her before school ends? There's a lot of questions I think running through your minds, and I want to try to answer those tonight. And don't worry, guys, because I am going to do another end of the school year Q&A, probably in a week or 2 weeks or something like that, but definitely keep up with me there, but I'm get to as many questions as I can right now. So Rishik Sharma says, hey Josh, I like a girl, what should I do? Plain and simple, Rishik, I think if you like someone, the best thing to do, the next step is to act on those feelings, right? A lot of times we want to tell people how we feel, but I don't always recommend telling them how you feel. I recommend showing them how you feel. And the best way to show someone how you feel is to start talking to them, to ask them about themselves, to learn about them. See, Sealord says, a guy I know is going to ask a girl to prom. She's going to say no. Should I ask her after she says no to him, think she likes me? Oh, okay, Sealord. So I think you should. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like, if a guy's going to ask her and she's probably going to say no to him, I think you have every right to kind of jump in and ask her as well. So I would totally say go for it. See how it works out. Josh says, my ex and I are getting really close again. Should I ask her out? So that's a good question, Josh. I did a video on this a while back called Should I Get Back with My Ex? You might want to check that video out. And I think the one thing that people don't think about when it comes to getting back with their ex is to ask themselves, why did you guys break up in the first place? And is that something that could happen again if you get together? That's the most important thing. Sometimes relationships end because you guys, the chemistry fizzles out, or someone cheats on someone, or someone gets bored. There's a million reasons why you may break up. You need to ask yourself, if we get back together, is there potential that may happen again? That's the question you need to think about. Annabelle says, hi from California. Hello, Annabelle. I'm curious, where are all of you guys from? I'm from New York. Some people here from California. Is there anyone here from out of the country, from England watching, from another state, another country? Let me know. I'll post it in the chat here. Let's see. So Protron says, how can you ask a girl out to prom and the dance? So Protron, I have a really good video called How to Ask a Girl Out to Prom. Definitely check that one out. But I think a simple way to do it is, here's the thing. I'm always saying before prom, before the dance, before whatever it may be, you need to start talking to them. So let's say you start talking to your crush a month beforehand. In that time, you can get to know them better. You can build somewhat of a relationship, right? Like your crush knows who you are. You're closer to your crush. And then as you get to know each other, when prom time comes, then it's easier to approach them, right? If you wait for prom, if you wait for, let's say, the week of prom, and for the first time you're going to talk to your crush, it's going to be a lot harder. You're really taking a bigger chance there. But look, the reality is this is where you probably are, right? Prom is right around the corner. There's no time to build a relationship. How do you just jump into it? I think that's exactly it. I think you need to detach yourself from the idea of getting a yes, and you have to not be so hung up on the idea of she needs to say yes, or else I'm not going to have a good time. You need to eliminate that mindset. You need to focus on, let me talk to her, let me ask her if she wants to go, let me tell her that I want to go with her. I think we're going to have a good time. And if she says no, that's okay. I'll find someone else. I'll find a group of friends to go with, or I'll go alone. So if you're in the crunch time where prom is right around the corner, you need to ask them. Best thing to do is to lower your expectations into what the result may be. If it works out, that's awesome. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. You find another way. Donovan Myself says, give me a shout out. Sure, Donovan, this is your shout out. Let's see. I'm at school, toilet with her. Okay, cool. Butter and Toast says, my crush is saying to her friends comfortably, let's go to the park and meet cute guys while I'm in front of me, while I'm in front of her. Please help me. So it sounds to me like she may view you as a friend. I think that might be what's going on here. And I think the reason why she says those things is because she probably doesn't think it's affecting you in a way or bothering you. If it is something that's bothering you, I would try to move away from it. So if she's like, let's go to the park and meet cute guys, I'd be like, listen, you got the cutest guy right in front of you. What do you want to waste your time out there for? Make a joke about it. Turn it into something funny. Be flirty and playful with her. You know, it's very easy to kind of hear things like that and internalize them and to feel like offended and to be like, well, that's messed up and I'm angry. But you don't do anything with that anger. It just sits there. So if you don't want to sit with your anger, turn it into a joke. Bounce it back off of her after she says something like that. Let's see. Protron. Oh, CBA, to think of a name. How's it going, man? Thank you for popping in the chat. Let's see. Protron says, how do you ask a girl out? So Protron, I'll make that simple. I have a playlist on that called, I think, the 11-step process to asking a girl out. Go check out that playlist on my channel. I give a lot of good tips on there. Let's see. How do you ask a girl out to prom? I have a lot of good prom questions there. So definitely go check that out. Let's see. Please answer my question next video. So yeah, what I want to start doing, and I'm curious if you guys would be interested in this. As I do new videos, I'm thinking about calling out the people who may have asked that question and kind of featuring them. Some people are for it because they're like, that's cool. I want my question featured. Some people may want to be more private about their questions. So I think before I do that, I'm always going to ask. But I am curious, would you guys be interested in something like that? If I asked and you're okay with it, of me featuring you guys, hey, this person asked this question, or these people asked this question. Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing? Let's see. Annabelle says, Josh, why did my crush used to talk to me? Why did she stop? So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why a crush may lose interest, right? Sometimes we think like, okay, maybe she just thinks I'm ugly or boring or something like that. But a lot of times, one of the main reasons why people lose interest is because you are not engaging them enough. You're not talking to them enough, and you're not engaging them with interesting enough conversation topics. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people lose interest. It's not because you physically changed or you just got boring. It's because you didn't keep talking to them and keep building on that. I have a good video on that called what to do if the girl you like loses interest in you. I think something along those lines. I forgot the name of it. But let's see. Dylan says, the girl asked me to go into the toilet with her. Does she like me or is she flirting? What do you think? Dylan, it can mean a lot of different things. It could be that she's flirting. Maybe she wants to go into the toilet with you to kiss or make out or to talk or to do something like that. If you feel comfortable with that, then go for it. If you don't feel comfortable, then I wouldn't do it. Let's see. Josh, how do I ask a girl out? So yeah, so anyone that's asking general questions like how do I ask a girl out? Like I said, try to be more specific, right? Tell me a little bit more about your story, your specific instance. So a lot of times when people are like, how do I ask a girl out? It could be a bunch of different things. Are you too scared to start a conversation with her? Do you just get nervous whenever you see her? Do you think you'll run out of things to say? Is she always around her friends? There's a million different types of scenarios that might be holding you back. So if you're going to ask something like, how do I ask a girl out? Give me your specific sticking point. And I mentioned these things. I mentioned sticking point before. So a sticking point is, imagine you're walking down the street and you step on a piece of gum, right? Now, it's like that gum is not going to hold you down to the ground, right? But every time you walk now, you're going to feel that gum on the bottom of your shoe. It's sticking to your shoe because it's a little thing that's holding you back. Now, it's not stopping you from doing anything, but it's just an annoying little thing that you need to get off of your shoe. And so when I ask you guys what your sticking point is, what is that little annoying thing that you feel is holding you back? Like, man, I just get too nervous when I'm around her, or I don't know what to say. It's like these little things holding you back from really just being yourself and putting yourself out there. So let me know what your guys' sticking point is. What is that little thing stuck to the bottom of your shoe that's holding you back? And we're going to try to scrape it off together. Let's take a quick water break. Okay, cool. So let's jump through the rest here. So like I said, to anyone here who, if I'm not getting to your question, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of going through the chat one by one. If you want to push your question all the way to the top, you can click on the little super chat function. It's a little $ symbol where the comments are. If you click on the little super chat, you can pay $1 or $2 or whatever it is, and push your question all the way to the top. It'll pop up in front of me, and then I'll jump right into it. I'll answer it directly right here, right now. But otherwise, I'm going to get to your questions as we go down the chat. Let's see. Rise says, I love your videos, by the way. They've helped me through so many things. Girls, friends, keep up the videos. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Santiago says, hey, Josh, I've been talking to you over email and I took your advice. One problem, though. How do I transition to a conversation in which I ask her out? Any help is appreciated. Okay, that's a very good question. So how do you go from just casual conversation into, hey, how about we go out, or how about we hang out one day? I think a lot of times we look at asking someone out as like, do I just say, do you want to go out with me? But I think when it comes to asking someone out, it needs to be woven into the thread of the conversation. So here's an example of something you can say. You can take this or you can modify it to your own liking, whatever works for you. Let's say you want to go to the movies with your crush, right? I would talk to them about a movie that you see out in theaters right now. So what's a movie out right now? All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, right? We'll just say Guardians of the Galaxy here. That's out in theaters. Let's say you really want to see that movie and you think it's a movie she's interested in, right? You can always ask her, hey, have you seen the trailer for the new Guardians movie? Let's say she's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about seeing it, or I want to see it with friends. Now you've created a situation where you both like the same thing. We both like Guardians. We both want to see it. So then you can easily ask her out and say, oh, cool. All right, what are you doing Friday? How about we get together after school and we go watch it? So you're not directly saying, hey, will you go out with me? Yes or no. You're saying, hey, let's do something together, which inadvertently you're asking her out. And you're also coming up with plans in the moment. And I use movies as a general example because movies are kind of the easiest thing sometimes. You know, like everyone likes to go to the movies. Everyone likes to watch movies sometimes. And if it's not movies, maybe it's, hey, how about we go to the park? How about we go bowling? How about we go for a walk? You can take any of these different types of scenarios and ask her out that way, but tie it into doing something. But first talk to her about it. First talk to her about why you want to do it, why you're interested in it. So I would say that would be a good way. Let's see. Mr. Sloth says, I'm in 7th grade and I asked a 6th grader in prom. Yeah, that's totally fine. It's totally fine for a 7th grader to ask a 6th grader, 8th to ask a 7th. Look, prom is just about having a good time, you know? So don't get so hung up on am I an 8th grader? Am I a 7th grader? You know, she's not. Don't get hung up too much on that. Let's see. So, okay. Elite says, plus anyone here that's new, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know that you guys are appreciating this stream. Let's see. Elite says, I'm single in high school, but I'm probably capable of getting a girlfriend if I want to. I hope. Should I try to get a girl just cause, or wait for someone I really like? So that's a good question. Should you just kind of get a girlfriend because you can, or should you wait for a girl that you really like? That's a good question. I would probably say wait for a girl that you really like. But here's the thing. You won't know if you really like a girl until you start talking to different girls, right? So I think in terms of making them your girlfriend, yeah, I would say wait to see if there's a girl that you really connect with. But in the meantime, start talking to different girls. Start interacting with girls in your class, in the hall, girls that are friends of your friends. Start talking to as many people, or guys, and this goes both ways for guys and girls. Start talking to as many people as you can to start meeting new people, because no one's going to just pop into your lap and then, oh, cool, we just instantly like each other. Relationships take time to build with other people. So be willing to put in the effort to get to know other people. Let's see. Crossing says, how do you get over the fear of the unknown? That's a very good question, Crossing. Very deep question, too. I have a video on that called To Know the Unknown. I named it after the Pokemon 3 movie. Yes, that video is a little thing for me, but I think the fear of the unknown comes down to the idea of you know, can we be hurt? Are we going to encounter something that we won't know how to deal with? There's a million things on the side of the unknown, but the reality is that life is comprised of the unknown, right? Like, and we don't see it because we're so used to it. But when you wake up in the morning, you're going to go brush your teeth, you're going to go get ready for school, you're going to go to school. A million things could happen, right? You can go to brush your teeth and there could be a spider on your toothbrush. That's the unknown, right? You can go to get on the bus and the bus gets a flat tire. That's the unknown. You can go to school and I don't know, the teacher's sick, so you have a sub, or you get sent home. You don't have to worry about school that day. That's the unknown. So anything that we do in life, we're always entering the unknown. So there's no need to be afraid of it, because the path that we are on, whatever we choose to actually do, and as we make decisions and do things, all the potential unknown realities don't exist anymore. They didn't happen. So the best way, I think, to get over that fear of the unknown is to realize that you have the ability to make choices, and your choices will dictate the known, what you come into being and what you come into experiencing. And anything that's unknown will fall to the wayside, and it's just going to keep happening with everything that you do. So feel powerful in the ability to make decisions. You can decide, I'm going to sit and watch TV, or I'm going to go for a walk. You have that ability. And as long as you have that ability to make decisions, I think that should trump your fear of the unknown. Let's see. Oh, I missed a bunch here. Comments jumped again, but that's okay. I'm going to try to scroll up here. All right, guys, I might miss some of these because the comments scrolled. But all right, I'll just jump in right here. Okay. If I missed your question, ask it again. Or like I said, you guys can use the super chat to bump it all the way up if you can. Let's see. Devolition says, I'm in middle school and I asked out a high school freshman. Do you know any good ways to make time to see them? So that's a good question, Devolition. And then that goes back to the two videos that I did, and should you date someone that's older than you, or should you date someone that's younger? I think the transition from middle school, dating someone in middle school to high school, can be a bit difficult. And the reason why I say that is because you guys are in kind of different worlds, right? When you're in the 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, you're focused on different things than the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, right? And in terms of making time to see them, I think the best thing is you need to ask yourself, are you going to be able to maintain that relationship, knowing that they're going to be interacting with people that are older than them, you're going to be interacting with other people in different ages? Is that a relationship you think you'll be able to maintain? And let's say it is. In terms of making time for them, I think it's a matter of looking at your schedule and looking at their schedule and trying to find times where you guys can overlap. So maybe it's Fridays where you don't have school the next day, or Saturdays, or maybe it's just talking to them and hanging out with them online and on the evenings or something like that. That'd probably be the best way. Yeah, so I would say that. So let's see. Okay. Ricochet says, I want to talk to girls in general. I don't intend to find love at this point. So how do I do it? I want to talk to girls like boys. I want to talk to girls like boys. I get super nervous. Oh, you want to talk to girls like boys? Okay, cool. So I think, Ricochet, what I would say is that in order to feel comfortable talking to girls like boys, like, let's say, like friends, or, you know, just people that you're comfortable with, I think you have to demystify, because a lot of times guys have a fear of girls. That's something I've come across a lot. And the fear, I think, is rooted in the idea of, if I talk to her and she rejects me, that's it. It's over for me. And the truth of the matter is that it's not, right? I'm someone who's gotten rejected a ton of times, and, you know, it hurts and it sucks and it's not a good thing. It doesn't feel good, but it's not the end of the world. And that's the truth, you know? Ask anyone who's been rejected. It's like, as time passes, you move on, you get over it, you know? So I think the best way to feel comfortable talking to girls like you do boys, and to get over that nervousness, is to demystify it, right? You have to recognize that girls are just like boys. They get nervous, they get scared, they have crushes, they feel insecure, they feel powerful, they feel strong, they feel weak, they feel all the same things that you do. And I would say focus on small steps, right? Small steps may be making eye contact, saying hello, smiling whenever you see them. Get comfortable doing those small baby steps, right? If you can take those small steps, then it'll be a lot easier for you to start to transition into conversations with them. And once you start having conversations regularly, you're going to realize there's really no difference talking to girls than there is boys. Okay, so Spicy Curry says, hey, Josh, what do I do if I like a popular girl in school and I don't have any classes with her? Okay, so I have two different videos on that. One is on how to talk to a popular girl, and the other one is what to do if you never see your crush around. So check out those two videos. I think they'll be super helpful for you. Keep it simple. What I would say is this. I think popularity is something that we use as a crutch in a way, right? Like we look and say, oh, that person's popular. I can't talk to them. I can't connect with them. That's it. But the truth of the matter is that popularity is something we create, right? Like we create that idea of popularity. If you get to know anyone who's popular and you connect with them, you get along with them, if you guys get along, then eventually you're going to see that popularity really doesn't hold any weight. They're a person just like you. Now, the problem here is that you never see them around. That can be challenging. I think you need to ask yourself then, does it make sense to try to pursue them? Is it possible for you to pursue them? Do you just have to maybe try a little bit harder? Maybe it's a matter of if you see them in the hallways, walk up to them, or if they're at lunch, try to go talk to them. Do you have to take that little extra step maybe to get it to work? Or is it just you never see them around or they're just always too far away? If that's the case, it might make sense to just not pursue them. Let's see. I want to give a shout out to my moderators in here. Beast Player, CBA, DeMarco, I see you guys in here helping out, answering questions. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this process. Let's see what else we got here. So there's a few girls I like, I could like, eventually maybe love, but there's no one that I guess makes me nervous when I'm around. Okay, so I see CBA is answering some of the questions here. Okay. Let's see. So Butter and Toast says, my crush says comfortably in front of me to her friends. Let's go meet cute guys. What I do, please help, please. So Butter, yeah. So I answered that earlier on. Probably I'm way behind in the chat, so I'm I'm trying my best here. Like I said, anyone that wants to push their question ahead, that's what the super chat function is. That's a little $ where the comments are, where you guys are leaving comments. Let's see. Okay. Ellie Jones says, she said she would like to get to know me too. I got injured and waited to ask her out, so she wouldn't take pity on me and waited to ask her out. Okay, I haven't talked to her in a month. Should I still ask her out? So Ellie Jones, it sounds to me like time has passed and like, do I have to rebuild everything with her? Where do we stand? I think you should still ask her out. I don't think there's any reason not to. I think what it comes down to is just rebuilding that relationship, talking to her again, getting to know her again. That might be the best thing to do. Let's see. Okay, Rishik says, Josh, I feel like she likes me the way we talk and she blushes a lot. She sends mixed signals, but the problem is she never initiates conversation on text. What should I do? How should I approach? So Rishik, I have a video on that. Put it up maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's called How to Get a Girl to Respond Through Text, or How to Get a Girl to Respond to Your Text. It's with my friend who's a dating coach. Her name is Haley Quinn. You could check her out. She gives really solid advice on how to get a girl to respond on text. I think the best thing to do is you don't want to send messages that are like, hey, are you there? Are you there? Hello? Did I do something wrong? You don't want to send those type of messages. You want to send engaging messages. So if you send something like, hey, what are you up to? And you get no response, maybe a few days later, say, oh my God, I can't believe what just happened. Or, hey, what did you fall in a black hole? Or something funny like that. If she doesn't respond to that, then I think the best thing is to not keep messaging, but to talk to her in person if you can. That I think is the best thing. Now, it sounds to me like this girl's sending you mixed signals, but she doesn't talk to her text. Then maybe talking in person is where she feels more comfortable, and that's where you should capitalize. Okay, let's see. Wes says, I don't understand why my crush doesn't talk to me. She talked to me before so much. So, Wes, it's possible that she might have gotten bored, or she might have started to become uninterested simply because maybe you weren't engaging her enough, or maybe she just personally felt bored. Sorry, guys, my allergies are still kicking in here. Good time for some water. Okay, cool. So to anyone new that joined, I see you just got a boost of people watching here. Anyone here that's new, hit the thumbs up button. Like I said, if you want your comment, you want to kind of push your comment above the whole chat and get right to the top, you can use the super chat function. That's the little $ right where the comments are. You can, I believe it's like $1 is the lowest you can donate. And you can push your comment up and I'll see it and I'll answer it right here, right now. Otherwise, I'm going through the chat, kind of scrolling through answering questions. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Carl says, how to start a conversation with a girl in the hallway. Carl, that's a good question. I haven't done a video on that yet. That's coming up soon. I think when it comes to talking to a girl in the hallway, you have to look at what you're working with, right? People are walking back and forth, and they're hanging out with friends. And the hallway can kind of be kind of like a fast-moving place, right? There's a lot of action happening all the time. So what I would suggest is that if you see your crush walking, walk in the same direction as your crush, right? A lot of times we think, let me stop her. Let me stop her in the hallways and we'll talk face to face. But that might not be the easiest thing, and it might seem a little too confrontational. I think when it comes to starting a conversation with your crush, try as she's walking, walk alongside her and turn sideways and talk to her and be like, hey, where are you heading? Class? Cool, my class is down there. But I want to get your opinion on something. And as you guys are walking together, it looks like you're both going in the same direction rather than you stopping her. And it's a lot easier for people to engage in a conversation when you're walking alongside them. So I'm going to go into more detail into that and that idea when I do my video, how to ask a girl out in the hallway. But that's the basis of what I would suggest doing. Walk alongside her as you talk to her. Mr. Sloth asks, is it okay to talk sexual to your crush? So that it isn't a simple yes or no to that. I think it's okay to talk sexual to your crush if you see that your crush is reciprocating, right? So if you see that your crush is flirting back and talking sexual with you, then I think it's okay. The last thing you ever want to do is start talking sexual to someone without them feeling comfortable about it. Because if they don't feel comfortable, if it makes them feel uncomfortable, you're actually hurting your chances a lot more. And it's not a good thing to do. So only talk sexual if you see that they're kind of open to that kind of back and forth, you guys being sexual with each other. Bob says, you get on my nerves. I'm sorry, Bob. I wish I didn't get on your nerves. Maybe you have prom jitters. If you have prom jitters, just let me know. Spec says, I'm friends with a girl and I found out she likes someone else. They're family friends. I don't know what to do. That sucks. So you're friends with her and you found out she likes someone else. So here's the thing. If you like someone and you find out that they like someone else, I don't think that's a good enough reason to not talk to them, right? A lot of times we say, well, they have a crush on someone else. That's them back away. I don't think you should. I think you should still talk to her. You should still try to get to know her better, still try to build something with her and see where things go. You know, like even if she has a crush, that doesn't mean that she can't develop a bigger crush on you. And the only way you can figure that out is if you get to know them better, whether it's a family friend or not. You still have a chance. As long as they're not going out, you still have a chance. Let's see. Rice says, I'm going there right now, going to prom. Awesome, dude. Is anyone else here going to prom right now? This is pretty meta. It's like we're having a prom discussion. To anyone here that is going to prom or is getting ready for prom, I want you guys to know this. You have my full support. If you have any questions or nervous, shoot me a message on Instagram or Snapchat. I'm going to pull up my Snap code here so you guys can take a picture of it. Anyone who's interested, let's see. Pull up my Snap code. All you have to do, there's my Snap. It won't show because of the glare. But let's see. There you go. You somewhat see it. Take a screenshot. Let me know if that works. If not, you can always add me on Snapchat at the Josh Speaks or on Instagram. Send me your prom photos, guys. If you guys are going to prom, send me your snaps from your prom. I'd love to see what you guys are up to. Let's see. Josh, Dylan says, Josh, a girl is touching me. Does she like me? So if a girl is flirting with you and she's touching you, maybe she's tapping on the shoulder, she's putting her arm, linking her arm with yours, it's a sign that she may like you. It's always hard to tell because sometimes girls, we can do things like that just to be friendly and funny and flirty. The thing is that if you see her being flirty with you like that, then do it back. Touch her on the shoulder, hold her arm, go to put your arm around her. Do those things back and see how she reciprocates. Is she open to it? Does she like it? And that's how you'll start to see where you guys actually stand. Let's see. Red XLZ Goku says, how do you stop your stupid friend from telling your crush you like her? Red, so I know where you're coming from, man. Friends sometimes can be the biggest trolls ever, right? Like they'll go and they'll once they know that you like someone, they'll use it against you. They'll joke around. They'll do everything they can to push your buttons with it. I think the best thing you can do is to tell your friend straight up, hey, look, dude, please don't do it. I want to talk to her when I'm ready, and I think you're going to interfere and ruin it. But let's say your friend is just hell-bent on having fun with it. I think at the end of the day, you just shouldn't be afraid of your crush finding out that you like her. There's nothing wrong with your crush knowing that you like her, right? I think what it allows you to do is now, once your crush finds out that you like her, then it's just a matter of you have to act on it. You got to talk to her. You got to go for it, right? You can't sit behind the wayside anymore and say, well, I like her and I'm not going to talk to her. Now it's the time to act. So talk to your friend. Let him know that you don't want him to do that. But if he does, it's not the end of the world. You could still bounce back. Let's see. Lewis says, I managed to talk to a girl. She didn't show signs she liked me, so I backed away. So, so Lewis, I think that's a good question. Sometimes we're looking for signs and we think, oh, well, the girl didn't flick her hair back or she didn't make eye contact, so therefore she doesn't like me. But different people express different things, right? Like not everyone shows interest in the same way. There are some general signs that people do, but not everyone shows interest in the same way. So I still think you should pursue her. The thing is, if she's not showing any just signs out of nowhere, then start talking to her. Because I think as you start to talk to her more, then you'll start to see more signs. Does she spend more time around you? Does she want to be with you? Does she ask you, are you interested in anyone? Like, does she do any of these other things that may be signs of interest? Polaroid says, do girls not like me because I have scoliosis? So Polaroid, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, it's possible that I think with anything, it's like people get nervous sometimes over things that they see that they don't really understand or don't really know much about, right? Like if a person doesn't know that you have a lisp or something like that, they may be scared and say, "Oh my God, I don't know how to interact with that person." I think what it comes down to is this: is that I wouldn't let your scoliosis kind of hold you back from just putting your best stuff out there and showing people that you are a good person. You're someone worth getting to know, someone worth talking to. And sometimes people have their guards up because they're nervous. They don't know how to interact. So show them how to interact with you. Show them that you're just a normal person. You know, you're a normal person that can talk and interact and joke like anyone else. Once they get to see that side of you, it'll be a lot easier for them to open up. Let's see. Mara Baraka says, thanks for the tip. I asked the girl out to prom. She said yes, but later her friend told her, totally convinced her to go with another person. She did. Now I'm really curious. Shall I ask her to be the second guy? So it seems like her friend kind of swerved her to do something different. So that's not cool. But if that is the case, look, sometimes people, sometimes friends will butt in because it's like, no, we want to go as a group and stuff. I wouldn't take it to heart. You're asking, should I ask her to be the second guy? If you could be the second guy to go to prom with her. If everyone's going in a group, I would say so. Otherwise, she may not feel comfortable with it, but it doesn't hurt to ask if you really feel like that's something you're up for doing. Bob Hudek says, I'm in 11th grade. I want to ask a girl out. So Bob, like I said, get more specific on that. What do you feel is your sticking point? What is the thing that's holding you back from talking to the girl that you like? Sean says, hey, Josh, can you please make a different kind of video to add variety to your channel? Yeah, Sean, I mean, I'm thinking about doing more vlogs. I want to start doing more things. I want to start changing things up on the channel and adding more to it. I'm definitely going to focus. Once we kind of pass the school season, definitely going to focus on growth, right? I'm going to be sharing a lot of interesting growth things with you guys. How to grow as a person, how to develop better communication skills, how to interact with others. I'm going to go hard on that. So that should be coming up soon. But in terms of variety, what kind of videos would you like to see? What do you think, right? Let me know what you're interested in, and I'll start adding things to the channel. Let's see. Phoenix Gaming says, hey, Josh, I know of a girl who likes me, but I like this other girl. Both girls are my friends, but they hate each other. What can I do to keep drama to a minimum, but ask out my crush? Okay, both girls are your friends, but they hate each other. So that's tough sometimes when other people have issues with each other and you're kind of caught in the middle. You may feel like, oh, well, what do I do to kind of make everything cool? And it's hard because you don't really have any control over how other people feel or what they do or how they interact. I think the best thing to do in that situation might be to talk to the one girl and let her know that you like the other one, right? That might get her to kind of back away and to not be as mean and to kind of let you do your thing and to not interfere. That might be the best thing you could do. Let's see. Why does it say Google on the top left corner? So the reason why it says Google is because I'm streaming with Google Hangouts on air. When you set up an event on YouTube, you can just click to do Google Hangouts on air, and that's what I just do. It's easy for me to just jump in and stream. Let's see. Okay. Red XL followed up with, who's had that moment when your stupid friend uses you to do stuff, or else he'll tell the girl you like that you like her? Yeah, Red, dude, that's exactly like I said. Friends will sometimes try to take advantage of you. And the best way to get one up over him is to let him know, dude, I don't care. I'm not afraid. Show them that you're not afraid for your crush to find out. You know, I have a video on that, what to do if your friend tells your crush you like them, let them know that it's not, it shouldn't control you, let's see. So CBA says, Josh, I recently found out someone I bullied 2 years ago killed himself, and I feel bad. Someone's saying the word bully or die makes me want to burst into tears. I've been striving to become I'm assuming you're a better person. Comment cuts off there. Yeah, dude, like, this is the problem with bullying, and I'm not going to go into something and make you feel bad. That's not my purpose here. But guys, this is the problem with bullying. Like, we don't always realize the effects of our behavior. Like, look, when I was younger, I was bullied, right? And I bullied other kids. It wasn't a one-way street. It was a two-way street. I bullied other kids for no reason. It was just me being stupid. It was like, I thought it was funny. And we don't realize that bullying can have long-term effects on people. So CBA, I think one thing I don't want you to do is to beat yourself up over this, right? It's a very, very tragic thing that happened. It's a very, very sad thing that happened. But you should feel proud of yourself because you're learning. You recognize, hey, you didn't do the best thing when you were younger, and now you're growing to be a better person. And that's all you could ever ask of someone. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. If you know that reference, type it in the comments. But we all have bad days. We all make mistakes. We all do things. What's so important is being able to be humbled enough to recognize that we make mistakes and be willing to work with others to fix them in the best way that we can. In that situation, it's very tragic what happened, but dude, I'm proud of you for working towards being a better person. And that's the most you can ask, let's see. So Devolution says, hey, Josh, what's the best way to break the first date awkwardness? Yeah, dude, first dates can be awkward because it's like you guys don't really know each other. My strategy has always been this. When I'm on a first date or I'm talking to someone or hanging out with them for the first time, I try to jump into the mindset as if I've known them my entire life, as if they are one of my closest friends ever, right? Think about how you interact with your closest friend when you see them, right? You just jump right into conversation. You just start asking questions. You start sharing stories. You start talking, right? Everything starts moving very quickly. And I think that's what should happen on the first date. A lot of times we're always hung up on, so what do you like to do? And we ask that, but be fun with the questions, right? Like, ask them, hey, so I'm really into this. I really like these type of things. What do you like to do for fun? Just be very be overly optimistic and engaging in that, and they'll start to open up more, right? Like, the person you're with is also nervous. That's something important to remember. And because they're also nervous, they're waiting for you to kind of break the ice with them, All right. Sorry about this, guys. Let's see. Yeah, so CBA says, better person, how do I get over it? So CBA, let's see. I'm from Miami, Missouri. I'm pretty much from New York. I'm from Virginia, New Jersey, Indiana, Boston. So this was to the question before where I asked you guys, where are you guys from? Man, Texas, Minnesota, Canada, Edmonton. All right, we got a lot of people. Shout out from Edmonton. We got people all over the country. This is awesome. All over the continent, it seems. Thank you guys for jumping on this stream. I hope this was a good time. I'm always trying to think what's a good time to go on stream. It's 6 p.m. here, and it was 6 p.m. Eastern. It's 3 p.m. Pacific. Figured that was a good time. But yeah, I'm super pumped. Anyone here, if you guys are going to prom, you have prom coming up, ask your questions and stuff, or just ask your general questions. To anyone here that's new that may have just recently jumped in, like I said, you can always have your question pushed up to the top, immediately to the top where it'll pop up in front of me. All you have to do is click on the super chat function. That's the little $ symbol that's on the bottom there when you're typing in the comments. If you click on the little symbol, you can donate $1 or $2 and it'll immediately push it to the top. I'll answer it. I know some people did the super chat in the last stream we did. And their comment just pops up on the top and I see it and I just jumped right into answering it. It kind of skipped the line. So if you want to skip the line, then definitely use the super chat function. All right. You guys excited for prom? I was super excited when I was in high school. It was like, it's just a fun thing. The idea of going with my friends and just being able to enjoy that environment. So it's just a cool thing, and to those of you that aren't going to prom, listen, it's okay. Like, you're not going to die. It's not like, oh my God, I missed out on the biggest moment of my life. It's just a fun time. It's like, that's all it is. Let's see. So let's go back into the questions. Sarah Lopez says, hey, Josh, I know my crush doesn't like me and I want to ask him to hang out in a way that doesn't seem like a date. How do I do that? So Sarah, I totally get where you're coming from. Sometimes you don't want to just be so obvious, like, hey, I like you. Let's go out on a date. I think in a case like that, maybe the best thing to do is try to get a group of people together. That might be an easy way to kind of hang out with them, get to spend time around him without it being so one-on-one, you know? So maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's getting a group of people together and going to the movie, saying, hey, on Friday, let's get everyone together and go see Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever movie you want. Tell him to get some of his friends, you get some of your friends. And then when you're all hanging out in a group, that's when you can start to split off and talk to him one-on-one. That's the key, because it won't be so obvious then that you want to spend time with him. That might be the best way to go about it. Let's see. Let's see. Nicholas Arkentoff says, so I like a girl in my class, but it's like she don't know I exist. I'm having my prom soon. What should I do? Okay. So Nicholas, you like a girl in your class and prom is coming up, right? So you don't know what to do. I think in a case like that, like I said, you don't have a lot of time to kind of act on it, right? So you just got to jump right into it. I think you need to maybe, I would say you need to talk to her, right? You need to ask her out, ask her to go to prom, start talking to her more often. And you may just need to lower your expectations with that, right? You may think, I want to ask her, I want it to say yes, but because you're doing it kind of last minute, last second, you haven't really built a relationship with her, don't be so hung up on the idea of her saying yes. If she says no, hey, that's okay, ask someone else. But I would say try it. You don't lose anything from trying. Let's see. Dylan says, hey, man, how do I look more attractive for my crush? That's a good question, Dylan. I have a few videos on dressing and style. I would definitely check out channels like Alpha M or Real Men, Real Style. They have awesome fashion tips and dressing tips. I think they're really good. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already subscribed to Alpha M. If you are, leave it in the comments. Let me know who's already subscribed to Alpha M. But I think on a general scale, being more attractive to your crush, I think, is conveying a sense of confidence in how you interact with her, right? So there's attractiveness in terms of how you dress and how you look. And then there's attractiveness in terms of how you carry yourself, right? Sorry, guys. My allergies are kicking my butt. And in terms of attractiveness for how you carry yourself, I think what that comes down to is, one second. What that comes down to is, I'm going to sneeze. Feel it coming, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know that you support my ability to sneeze. Man, I look like death, right? I think my allergies should be clearing up probably in the next few days, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. Where was I? I didn't even finish that question. Oh, looking more attractive. Okay, looking more attractive, I think, is how you carry yourself confidently. So when you talk to her, do you carry a sense of being unsure? Is it like, what do you think? Or do you ask a lot of those type of questions? Or are you very like, I think this, I want this, I'm doing this? Are you very straightforward to show her that, hey, you're a confident person? That's a good way to be attractive in your personality. Okay, let's keep moving. So Beast Player says, if I go to my crush outside at lunch, what is the best possible topic to start with? So Beast Player, that's a good question. What I would say is, I mean, there's a lot of different conversation starters. Like I said, I'm putting together that 20 icebreaker conversation starters that you guys can use. It could be anything from asking her what her favorite movie is, or what her favorite animal is, what she wants to do in the future, what her hobbies are. There's a lot of different ways to break it down, and I think that would be a good way to approach it. Ask her something something like that, but I'm going to try to get that guide together for you soon. I'm finishing it up. Should be out soon. So let's see. Spec says, Josh, I'm friends with the girl and I found out she likes someone else and they're family friends. Oh, so Spec, I answered this question earlier. Like I said, don't let that be a deterrent. Even if they're family friends, you can still get to know her better. She could still develop a crush on you. I feel like I'm way behind on comments. Which style do you guys prefer? Do you prefer I just don't, like, as I'm paused the chat, like I kind of stopped and I'm scrolling little by little? Do you guys prefer I do that and answer your questions one by one? Or do you prefer I just kind of let the chat go and I pick them as I see them? What do you guys prefer? In the past, you guys said I stop and answer them so that hopefully I get to them. But I'm curious what this this group right now thinks. Let's see. So, okay, so Bob says, I really like this girl. Her name is Liz, and I really like her. I don't know how to talk to her. I want her so bad I just can't because I don't know what to say. Oh, I love your tips, by the way. So, Bob, so if it's a matter of you not knowing how to start a conversation, I have a few really good videos on conversation starters, which you should definitely go check out on my my video. One of my videos on that, I forgot what it's called, but if you type in conversation starters on my channel, you'll see a bunch of conversation starter videos pop up. Let's see. Justin says, I finally started liking this girl, but I don't see her around too much. However, I do have her on social media. But question is, how do I start a conversation if I don't know a good starter? So Justin, like I said, I'm putting together that guide for you guys. It should be done soon. Easy conversation starters might be, what are you doing this weekend? Or what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what's your favorite movie? These easy conversation starters are things you can learn about her to get her to know her better. And then from there, you can dig deeper. So if she says, like, my favorite movie is Frozen, right? Let's say her favorite movie is Frozen. You can ask her, oh, cool, you like Frozen. Do you like any other Disney movies? Or what do you like about Frozen? You can ask deeper questions. So I would say that. Let's see. I just got back from Bardoc's live stream. Cool. So Single Trouble says, I love my mom sexually. Single Trouble, I don't know if you're trolling or not. If you aren't, I think that's a relationship you have to kind of push away and not pursue. Let's see. Okay, cool. So Jake Watson says, hey, I've been in a relationship for around a year now, and her mom hates me. Another girl likes me, and they're both great. My girlfriend gets really jealous. Her mom wants to break us up. Okay, so sounds like the mom is getting in the way, right? Let's see. Her mom hates me. Another girl likes me. They're both great. So it sounds like your girlfriend's jealous. Her mom wants to break you guys up. I think the problem is that not everyone's on the same page here, right? So the mother is probably only hearing the side of her daughter, which is like, oh, my boyfriend's talking to this other girl, and the mom is feeding into the idea of, oh my God, my daughter's jealous. Am I feeling jealous by this boyfriend? The best thing you can do is to kind of bring that girl who likes you. If she's just a friend, if you only view her as a friend, and introduce her to your girlfriend. If you like that other girl, then I think you need to make a decision, right? Do you want to pursue that girl, or do you want to stay with your girlfriend? I think if you want to stay with your girlfriend and you view that girl only as a friend, you need to try to bring them together so that your girlfriend can feel less jealous. Let's see. Let me get another tissue here. All right. Okay, Demolition says, Josh, I like someone and she likes me, but our parents hate each other. So if your parents hate each other, that's a relationship, like that's a connection that's out of your hands in a way, right? Like it's tough to deal with parents hating each other. I think the best thing in that case is you have to try to show your parents why you really do care about this other person, so that they can be a little bit more understanding, right? Sometimes parents can be like hard-headed and they get hung up on their own drama that they forget that, hey, like if you guys are happy together, you and the girl, or the girl and you, then that should be what matters. Aaron says, how can I do good on my math test? That's a good question, Aaron. I think a good way to do good on your math test is, I have a few videos on studying and how to study better, but one thing I would suggest is this. I mean, studying is obvious, but try to form a study group, right? Sometimes when you're studying with people, it's a lot easier because you have people to bounce things off of, especially with math. You can sit with a group of people and you can tackle example problems and you can learn. Like you try to figure it out and then your friend helps you with it. And in helping each other, that's how you learn a lot quicker, especially with math. I think that's a good way to practice. Butter and Toast says, try wearing button-up shirts and smile a lot, be friendly. This is how you look attractive. Yeah, I mean, button-up shirts can be, more presentable in some ways. I think, sorry for blowing my nose, guys, but I think what it comes down to is wearing clothes also that's fitted, right? A lot of times people wear T-shirts, like this shirt, for example, is fitted, right? So there's not a lot of slack. It's kind of put like my shoulder line is right on my shoulder. It's not like hanging loose. It's not baggy. It's fitted to my body. A lot of times we wear clothes that maybe is a little too loose for us, so it doesn't look as attractive. When clothes are more fitted, they look a lot better on us. They fit our bodies a little better. So maybe try to aim for fitted clothing. Let's see. Victor says, Josh, I only have one period with a girl, but I have a crush on her. I've had her phone number for a long time, but I only talk to her in a group chat. That's when she's in. So what should I do? Prom is coming up. Okay, Victor. So that's a good question. You want to kind of talk to her one-on-one, right? But it's only in a group chat. I think the best thing to do is you need to start to form your own kind of individual connection with her, right? And in a group chat, it's not as easy to do that. So a good way to do that is if you mention in the group chat, maybe share something and tag her, right? Try to get a one-on-one conversation going, even in the group chat. And as you guys start talking about something, for example, let's say you share a link to something, you tag her because you say, oh my God, you're really going to like this. Let's say you do something like that. And she responds, then you can private message her and talk about that or talk deeper about it. You know, like you need some kind of link. And I think that would be a good link to get to a private conversation. Send her something, tag her, and then talk to her one-on-one about it. Let's see. Oh, Marco G says, thank you so much, Josh. Now I have my first girlfriend. Yes, that's awesome to hear, man. I'm super proud of you. Look, you guys know my goal here on this channel is to, you know, like a lot of people say, oh, I'm here to teach just dating advice. It's more than just dating advice. Really, I want to help you learn how to be your best self. And that comes in many different ways. That comes in being more confident and talking to your crush and talking to people and starting conversations, making friends. That comes in being more compassionate, being more understanding of how you are interacting with people, trying not to be mean or rude or selfish or jealous, you know, trying to understand and be more compassionate of others and being mindful, right? Looking at your own behaviors, looking at your own actions, thinking about yourself in a way that's positive. A lot of times we do a lot of negative self-talk. We think about ourselves like we tell ourselves that we suck or we're not good enough or that we're ugly and all these different things, but be mindful. You're here in this present moment. You have the ability to change things. You have the ability to grow and learn. So be very mindful of that ability. That's what this channel is about, guys. I want to help you become your best self. I truly believe you guys can each be somebody great. I want to help you get there. Now let's get back to the questions. To anyone here that if I don't get to your questions, like I said, you can always follow me over on Snapchat or Instagram. My username is @thejoshspeaks. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Love and Peace Josh Speaks t-shirt. You can see it there. If you are interested in picking up a Josh Speaks t-shirt, if you want to support the channel and help me out, or you want to just rep something that you're proud of, maybe a catchphrase or something that I've said. I have a few different shirts. I have everything is small steps and don't talk about it, be about it, love and peace, and you can be somebody great. These very powerful ideas. I put out designs on t-shirts. So if you want to pick up a Josh Speaks t-shirt, you can always do that. The URL to get those is thejoshspeaks.spreadshirt.com. Spread like butter spread, shirt.com. And you can pick up your own Josh Speaks t-shirt and check that out. Okay, back to the questions. Like I said, it would go. Let's see. So Gaming Moron says, I don't have prom this year, but for next year, I'd like to know, in your opinion, if promposals need to be a big thing when you do them, or at least they should be memorable to an extent. So here's the thing. Here's what I've learned about promposals. The majority of them are just normal, like asking someone to go with you, right? That's the majority of promposals. Very, very few of them are these big elaborate things like, you know, dancing and opening up a pizza box and all these, like very few of them are that. I don't think if you want to ask someone to prom, you have to do that. Could you do that? Could it be really fun? Could it be awesome? Could it maybe tip the scale and get them to say yes? Absolutely. I mean, like the more effort you put into anything, there's always a higher chance that you're going to get a better reward, right? But I don't think you should worry so much about doing promposals. I think you're focused instead, because like, just because you do a better promposal doesn't mean that the person is going to feel more happier about their yes or no answer. They may say yes because they feel embarrassed to say no. What's most important to focus on is building somewhat of a connection with them leading up to prom. That's going to take you a lot farther. You know, if you start talking to them, you start interacting with them, even if you start hanging out with them before prom rolls around, it'd be a lot easier to ask them and for them to potentially say yes and feel confident in their answer. I've been holding in a sneeze for like an hour, guys. Let's see. Seriously says, I've liked someone for 3 years and I finally made a move. I don't know if they like me, but I'm not too confident. Should I move on or keep pursuing? Also, any tips for moving on? So 3 years have passed. You like someone and you finally decided to act on it. I think it depends on what their reaction was. What was their answer? Were they thrown off guard? Were they embarrassed? Were they annoyed? How did that person feel when you asked them out? If it wasn't a positive reception, if it was kind of like, oh, but you're like a friend to me or like a brother or something like that, then I think it's best to move on. And the best way to move on, and this is not the advice you may want to hear, is to kind of cut them off, right? Even though you've been friends for 3 years, if you like someone and they don't like you back, and anytime you think about them, it's those feelings of liking them, then the best thing is to move on and stop talking to them. Let's see. Anthony Unknown says, "What do I do if I want to date someone, but I am infamous in my school for my bad reputation?" So yeah, so that's the thing. 1 second, guys. These darn allergies. Okay, good thing I have a tissue box here. Okay, so what do you do if you have a bad reputation and people are kind of like, oh, you know, like he's kind of a bad kid and stuff like that? It might be important to try to change around your reputation, right? So if you're viewed as the bad kid, that sneeze is coming, guys. It's not here yet. If you're viewed as the bad kid, I'm trying my best here to answer and battle nature of not sneezing. If you're viewed as the bad kid, right, then it's maybe worth trying to reinvent yourself to get people to see that you're not a bad kid and that you're actually a pretty cool guy. And the fact that you're a bad kid or viewed as a bad kid might hold you back. That might make people more hesitant to talk to you and interact with you and for girls to even date you. So I would work on changing your public persona. And the best way to probably do that is to start, one, to stop doing the things that are labeling you as bad. Maybe it's talking back to teachers or being rowdy or whatever it is. Stop doing those things. And two, it might be a matter of trying to go out of your way to help people learn more about you, right? Learn more about you on a personal level. The more they see that you have interests, you have feelings, you have your own sense of mind, the less likely they'll be able to categorize you as a bad kid. Let's see. Red XL says, bye, Josh. Can you give me a shout out? Red XLZ, thank you so much for asking your questions, man. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Alex Dunn says, you need to do this on Friday. So I did the last one on a Friday. I wanted to try it on a Tuesday. I think I might switch them to Fridays and keep them there. It might be easier for you guys. What do you guys think? Would you rather see these 2-hour events on Tuesday nights or Friday nights? What's generally easier for you guys? Let's see. Let's see. Beast Player says gaming more and you can do. Oh, so Beast Player's responding. Okay. So Kyla Lovecat says, I think my crush likes me. How do I know for sure? He doesn't reply to a lot of texts, but we are often together outside. So that's a good question, Kyla. You don't know for sure if he likes you back and he doesn't really reply a lot. And this is the thing sometimes. Sometimes people, not everyone knows how to react or respond when they like someone, right? Like think about yourself for example, right? Like you don't know how to always interact or always respond. It can be scary sometimes. And that might be how he's feeling too. It's possible he likes you. It's possible he doesn't. I don't really know. But there is a way to potentially find out. And the way to potentially find out is to try to engage with him more and talk to him more. So it sounds like you guys spend a lot of time together outside. So you spend time in person, but he doesn't respond to texts. And talking in person is really, that's going to be your mainstay. That's where you're really going to get to know him better. And what I would suggest doing is try to hang out with him one-on-one if you guys are outside. Learn more about him. Try to flirt with him. And to do that might be something as simple as, make jokes and say like, listen, if you're going to try to be cute around me, you can at least like, like warn me or something. Yeah, I don't know. That was bad. That was very bad. Try to think of different ways that you can flirt. I think I'm going to put together a guide on flirting and how to flirt and what to say. That might be helpful. I think you guys might appreciate that, but I would say that let's try to spend one-on-one time with them. I think would be the key. Let's see. Dylan says, I like this girl, but I get nervous around her. How to prevent this? And it's hard to start a conversation with her. So Dylan, yeah, it's very tough sometimes to start a conversation with someone, especially when you get nervous around them. What I think it comes down to for you might be a matter of to get over that fear, that nervousness. It might just be a matter of small, man. Like start small conversations with her. Try to learn something about her, right? Make that your objective. Try to learn something new about her. Because in that process of learning something new, you'll be able to ask deeper questions. And plus, here's the reality. As people open up more to you, as people share more about themselves with you, it gets easier and easier for them to feel connected with you, right? Like the more I tell you guys about my life stories and the more you comment and share your own experiences, I feel way more connected with you guys. Don't you agree? Like, for those of you that have sent me private messages on Instagram or Snapchat or anything like that, and talking back and forth, do you guys feel like we have a better connection? Like I understand you a little bit better, you understand me a little bit better. I think that's true. I think that you do get to know someone better the more you share about your life. So be open to learning more about her and be open to sharing more about yourself with her. Let's see. So Alex says, hey, Josh, I just got dumped. How do I deal with it? So getting dumped sucks, man. I think when you kind of break out of that kind of relationship scenario and now you're on your own, I think it's important to spend a little bit more time thinking about what you actually want, right? Sometimes in relationships, you can get comfortable. You say, oh, I'm with someone. Let me stop pursuing my goals, or let me stop thinking about myself and what I actually want. Now you have that free time and liberty to do so. And I think that's where you should focus your attention. Focus your attention on learning about yourself, right? What are you looking for in a partner? What are you looking to what type of relationship do you want to have? What type of openness with your partner do you want to have? Those are the questions you should start asking yourself. Let's see. Sean says, hey, Josh, what do you search for in a girl as your soulmate? So Sean, that's exactly what I was kind of covering. If you're looking for a girl to be your soulmate, you really need to think deep. What kind of partner do you need to grow? Do you need someone that's very action-oriented, very goal-driven? Do you need someone that's very nurturing, very caring, very understanding? What are the qualities you want in a partner? And I think that's how you can start to look for someone that you might consider a soulmate in a way. Let's see. How to get a girlfriend on Club Penguin. Don't really know. I never played Club Penguin. Don't really think I have an answer for that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I'm going through and scrolling through some of the questions to repeat, so I'm just looking for new things. Okay. Captain A says, how should I gain the courage to ask a girl for her number? So that's a good question, Captain A. I think when it comes to building up the courage to ask a girl for her number, so hold on one second. Here's what I would say. To anyone here that's new, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know that you guys are enjoying the stream or you're excited. Hopefully I'll get to your question too. To anyone here that, I apologize if I sound like a broken record, but there's always new people jumping in. I want to get them up to date. If you want to kind of fast track your question above everyone else, because I don't think I'll get to everyone's questions. If you want to fast track your questions and have it pop up right in front of me, you can always click on the super chat function, right? The super chat function is the little $ symbol on the bottom where the comments are. If you click on that, you can then donate like $1 or $2 or $5, whatever it is, and it'll push your question up to the top and I'll be able to see it above everyone else. I'll stop what I'm doing and just answer it directly here and then, and you'll 100% get an answer if you use Super Chat. But back to the question of courage. I think the way to build up courage asking for a girl's number is to tie asking for a number into something, right? So talk a lot about tying things in together. So here's an example. Like I used the movie example earlier about Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Let's say you're talking to your crush. Apologize. Let's say you're talking to your crush and you tell her, oh man, I'm really excited for Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you want to go see it? And she's like, oh yeah, I really want to go see it. You know, we should go watch it. That's when you ask for the number, because then you can say, all right, cool, let me get your phone number and I'll text you so we can make plans and talk over text. Boom. Now you got the number. Now you're making plans and everything works together. A lot of times we look at asking for a number as something disjointed, like how do I just stop a girl randomly and say, hey, can I get your number? And I don't think that's the most fluid and normal way. Like, it's not a normal conversation to just, hi, can I get your number? I think asking for someone's number in response to making plans with them is the best way, right? Like, hey, what are you doing this Saturday? Oh, you know, how about we go check out this ice cream store down the block? It's really, I heard it has the best ice cream. Let me get your number. Put your number in my phone and I'll text you, or let me get your Snapchat and I'll snap you, and then we can figure out what we're doing. It seems it's so much more fluid that way. I think that's how you kind of build the courage. And so you don't need this courage like, hi, nice to meet you. Can I get your number? But you're tying it into something. It makes it a little bit easier, and you know, you could still be courageous, but it's just a little bit easier for you, I think, that way. Okay. So Gaming Moron says, that's what I thought. I didn't see big proposals at my school, so I think it's all right just doing it in your own. Yeah, dude, I totally agree, man. You don't have to do something big. Like I said, it's better to build a connection with your crush along the way. Let's see. Polar Sky says, oh, hey, Josh, there's this girl who I text every day. How do I take it to the next level and get her romantically attracted to me? All right, cool. So how do you go from kind of talking to dating, right? I think I did a video on this. But I think the best way to do that, to go from just talking, is to make plans, right? That's how you really, by hanging out with someone one-on-one, that's how you start to really build the connection that you need with them. You start to ask them personal questions. What are you into? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do for fun? You start to share things of your own. I like to play basketball. I like to, I don't know, I like to play ice hockey. I love to read. I love to, whatever you want to share that with them. And as you guys get to know each other better, that's how you start building that one-on-one relationship. But that only comes about from spending time together alone. Let's see. Jake Watson says, hey, I've been in a relationship for around a year and her mom hates me and another girl. Oh, so I answered this earlier. Let's see. CBA says, another thing, Josh, a new girl joined my school today and she's a year above me. And I just passively started flirting with her, and every time she sees me, she blushes, giggles with her friends. Pretty pleased with my achievement. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, guys, like, pat yourself on the back. Even if you feel like you're too nervous to talk to your crush, if you're like smiling at them and you're looking at making eye contact and you're saying hi, at least hello, pat yourself on the back. That's a huge step. You know, I say everything is small steps, and those are still steps. They still count as steps towards what you want. So pat yourself on the back if you're at least talking and flirting with your crushes, guys. All right, Carl Gilman says, I'm not sure if this girl likes me. We always joke about in lessons, and she recently pranked me by getting my number off of my friend. Do you think she might like me? It's tough. So if she got your number off of your friend, she might have did it as a way to joke around with you. It's really hard to tell, but don't always consider it a bad thing. You can maybe use it to your advantage. So if she has your number, that means that she's called you or texted you or did something before. Text her back and now start conversations with her. Say, listen, now that you have my number, at least tell me something about yourself. What's your favorite movie? Turn it back on her. Turn it back on her. Now that she has your number, turn it back on her and ask her about herself. Get to know her, you know? Let's see. Philip says, I'm in 8th grade and I think a 6th grader likes me and I kind of like her. Also, I live in New Jersey and a girl in Georgia likes me and I like her. Okay, so Philip, I think with the... it's pronounced Reese, not Rice, Reese, or however I said it. Thank you for the clarification. Philip, I think when it comes to the girl in Georgia, that might be a little out of reach, right? You're in New Jersey, she's in Georgia. I don't know if it's possible to make that work. What I would suggest doing is building with her is a solid friendship, right? Like, nothing wrong with getting to know someone in another state and building a friendship with them. So I would focus on that. When it comes to you as the 8th grader to the 6th grader, if you're comfortable with that, right? Talk to your parents about it. Are your parents okay with you dating? And find out if her parents are okay with her dating too. That's important here, right? The last thing you want to do is start going out with someone only for her parents to say, no, she's too young, she can't date yet. So make sure everyone's on board. Now, I know you said that you guys only may like each other and you're still in the beginning stages, but take it to your advantage. Get to know her better and then see if you guys do want to date. Like I said, have her talk to her parents, talk to your parents, and have everyone on board. Once everyone's on board, then all systems go, man. Get to know her better. Let's see. Nerd Guy. Hey, good to see you again, Nerd Guy. Says, I haven't had a girlfriend before. I think I want to start dating next year when I go to high school. What do you think? So I get this question a lot. A lot of people say, should I just wait to high school to start dating? I would say if you feel like you want to, if you feel like it's what you need to do, do it. Sometimes dating in middle school can be tough. You may not feel fully comfortable yet dating or having a girlfriend. And once you enter the high school age, it might be a little different. You might feel a little bit more comfortable in your own skin. You're a little bit older. It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more commonplace for people to be dating in high school. So if you don't feel comfortable in middle school, wait till high school. There's nothing wrong with that. No need to rush yourself to get a girlfriend, especially if everyone else is just doing it. You don't need to follow the crowd. So let's see. Devolution says, Josh, what's the best way to tell someone that obviously likes you no without hurting their feelings? So Devolution, rejecting someone is never easy to do. And I think the best way to kind of lightly go about rejecting someone without directly hurting their feelings is you got to be honest with them. Tell them that you just see them as a friend. You don't see them as anything more. That doesn't guarantee that they won't be upset or hurt, but it's you being honest. And that's the most you can do. Oh, we got a super chat, guys. David Nestor, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. I super appreciate it. I'm going to jump into David's question now. So David says, my date to prom screwed me over. She decided to go with her friends at the last minute. I feel at fault and annoyed. Advice on next steps? David, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. Like, your date to prom screwed you over. So here's the thing. She's going with her friends last minute, right? I think it's easy to feel like you did something wrong. It's easy to feel like you're not good enough to go with her. Those are common feelings. I get that, man. But it sounds like maybe she just wants to spend it with her friends. She wants to have that environment. So here's what I would suggest. Don't take this as a complete loss. I think that's the first step here. Instead, see it as an opportunity to still go to prom and still spend time with her while she's there. Because here's the thing. Even if she's going with her friends, going with people and who you spend the time with during prom are different things. You can go to prom with your friends, and then she could spend the whole time dancing with you, joking with you, making out with you. Anything can happen. So don't feel bitter. Feel better. Feel better because now you have the option to maybe go with your own friends or try to find a different date to go with or whatever it may be. But like I said, I think your focus should totally be on going there and not getting hung up on that she's not with you, but instead go there. If you see her there, talk to her, dance with her, joke with her. I know you may be upset, but you can turn it around for yourself and you can still have a really good time. I totally promise you can totally have a good time if you do it. That's what I would suggest. Try not to hold on to the anger. I know it's easy to feel annoyed. I get where you're coming from, man, but still interact with her. And now you have the option to interact with more girls while you're there. Talk to different girls. If you see her there, don't be snippy about it. Just be honest. Be like, hey, cool. Oh, so you want me your friends? Listen, it kind of sucked, but it's cool. We're here now. Let's have a good time. And I can guarantee her perception of the whole thing will change because she might feel like embarrassed or upset or jealous or may not even care, but you can still salvage it and have a good time, dude. David Nestor, thank you so much for the super chat contribution. I truly appreciate it. I hope my answer was helpful to you. If you want to talk deeper in it, you can always shoot me a message, an email at thejoshspeaks@gmail.com, a Snapchat message, Instagram message at thejoshspeaks. I'm on both of those. And let me know. Thank you again for the super chat, man. I truly, truly appreciate it. Okay, cool. And with that, let's get back into the regular questions. So guys, that was an example of super chat. David kind of sent $5, which is a lot. That's crazy. Thank you so much, David. And it just popped up the question. I tried to answer as best as I could, but that's the purpose of the super chat. You can kind of skip the line of everyone and get your question answered right here and there. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so Santiago says, hey, Josh, how exactly should I word asking her out? Should I ask her out to a certain event or location, or should I just ask her, want to go out with me? So Santiago, that's a very good question. And I think that stems back to what I was saying before. I don't think someone should ever say, hey, do you want to go out with me? I think it's kind of empty when people say that, right? I think asking someone out should always be tied to something, because if you ask someone out, hey, do you want to go out with me? The next follow-up question is, sure, what do you want to do? So to avoid that back and forth, ask someone out with plans in mind. if there's a new movie that came out, if there's a bowling theater, a bowling alley near you, a movie theater, bowling alley, if there's a new ice cream shop, if there's a pizza place you really like, if there's a really cool park down the block from you, if you just want to go for a bike ride, if you want to go to the library, there's a million possible things you can do, and always ask someone out, tying it to something. Say, hey, look, Sunday or Saturday is supposed to be a really nice day. I want to go for a bike ride. You should join me. Let me get your number and we'll go for a bike ride together. Boom. You've tied asking them out into doing something. And I feel like it's more seamless that way. It just rolls off the tongue, because then the person can say, oh yeah, cool. Bike riding sounds cool. I'll do it with you. And they'll go for it, you know? So let's see what else we got here. So Dylan says, Josh, I texted my crush and asked her to go to the cinema with me, but she never replied back or made excuses. Does she still like me, or is she shy even though she touches me? I'm in school. I'm 15. So Dylan, you texted her to go to cinema. She never replied back. She makes excuses. Okay. So it sounds to me like she's not 100% on board with the idea of spending time with you, right? So you might want to try to dial it back, right? So let's say asking her to go to the movies, she doesn't respond to that. Try talking to her in person now and talk to her about movies. Talk to her about what her favorite movie is. Talk to her about when's the last time she saw a movie. Get a conversation going about that before you ask her again. Because what you want to do is it's kind of like maybe you asked her too soon and you didn't build up enough of a kind of a relationship there with her for her to feel comfortable. That's probably the best thing. She may just be shy. She may not know what to say. She may be embarrassed to go on a date. There's a million possible reasons. But like I said, talking to her a little bit more will make it easier for when you do ask her again for her to actually give you a response. So next question is Ricochet says, how to talk to people not looking for love. I need to fix myself before finding anyone else. So Ricochet, I totally get where you're coming from on that. Having a conversation with someone doesn't have to center around let's go out together, right? You can talk to another guy or another girl or an older person or a younger person or whoever it is and still just have a genuine conversation with them to build a friendship with them, right? Not everything has to be rooted in romance and building and asking them out. Not everything has to be tied to that. And the best way to kind of go about that, I think, is to show that person that you're genuinely interested in them. Sorry, I hit the mic. Them as a person, right? You're interested in learning about who they are and how they've come to believe the things they do, what their lifestyle is like, what they're interested in. Ask those important questions. And I think that they'll start to see that you genuinely care about them as a person. Hello, Matthias. How's it going? Anthony Unknown says, what do I do if I want to date, but I'm infamous in school, once called the teacher B in 3rd grade. So Anthony, like I mentioned that, I answered that a little earlier. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is try not to focus so much on adding to your bad reputation. Try to change it around. Try to fix that. Have people see you in a good light. And the best way to have people see you in a good light is to cut out the bad things that you're doing. So Nicholas says, so I like a girl in my class, but it's like she doesn't even know I exist and I have my prom soon. What should I do? So Nicholas, I think I answered this earlier, but I'll kind of go back into it. If you like this girl, she doesn't know you exist, you have to start talking to her. And I think, guys, I always say this, everything is small steps. It's one of my Josh Speaks t-shirts because I truly believe it. If you feel like you're at the 0 point with her where you have no interaction, the best way to start building something with her is to start those small, easy steps. Make eye contact, say hello, and smile. Focus on doing that first and foremost. I know prom's coming up and then you have a small window to act, but I would say really focus on doing those 3 things. Smiling, making eye contact, and saying hello. Let's see, Gaming Moron says, I'm nearly a junior and still don't have one, don't worry. I'd focus on schoolwork, but if it's not overwhelming for you, look for one. It can really help you mentally. Yeah, Gaming, Moron, I totally agree with you on that, man. Let's see. Supercell. So Polaroid says, hey, the same girl texted me. What do I do? So what did she text you? What did she say in response? Polaroid, if you want to talk privately about this, shoot me a message on Instagram, DM, and we can talk back and forth. You could let me know what's going on. Supercell and Fun says, there's this girl I really like, and I think she likes me back. Any signs? So sometimes when we look into signs, like I did one of my most popular videos is 5 signs a girl likes you. Sometimes we look at signs as the end all be all, like, did she do this, this, and this? If she did, that means she likes me. But At the end of the day, no matter how many signs she gives you, it still comes down to you acting on it, right? So if you really like this girl, right, and you want to know if she likes you back, I'd say don't waste time looking for signs. Just act on it. Talk to her. Immediately talk to her. Start asking her to hang out. Start asking her about herself. Learn more about her. I think that's the best approach to this. Let's see. Matt Diaz says, give me a shout out. Here's your shout out, man. Sammy Gumat says, you're cool. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate it. Let's see. How do I get a girlfriend in the 6th grade? That's a good question, Luke. So you're just starting pretty much a middle school now. And I think first you should ask yourself, why do you want a girlfriend? Do you want a girlfriend because everyone else around you has a girlfriend? Do you want a girlfriend because you're starting to like girls and you're curious about having a girlfriend? And ask yourself that question, why, and then from there, I think a good follow-up might be, okay, well, how do I start making more female friends, right? That's the key. When you're starting in the 6th grade, you may not have a lot of female friends, right? You probably spend a lot of time hanging out with the guys and the girls with the girls. And now it's a matter of, okay, I'm in this new world where I need to start interacting with people on the other side. And the best way to go about that is to start talking to them, start learning about them. That's the best way, I think, to approach getting a girlfriend in the 6th and also the 5th grade, Red. That might be helpful too. Let's see. Books, Games, and Games Kid says, let's see. And my crush, I made the worst mistake ever. I pushed myself in the friend zone. I'm so dumb. Should I tell her that I like her, but she likes a different boy? So I know you may feel like it, because you're in the friend zone, the only option for you now is to tell her that you like her, but I still don't think you should do that. I think here's the thing. When it comes to getting out of the friend zone, this is what I would say my honest suggestion is. Take time away from her. Split yourself up. Try not to talk to her as much. Focus on yourself. Talk to different girls. Get to know what you want. Let time pass, because as time passes, you're going to grow. Sorry about that. You're going to grow as a person. You're going to grow into a different person. And then maybe a year from now, when you interact with her, she's going to see, hey, he's not the same guy that I liked or talked to before. He's a different guy, and then maybe I like this new guy. So you change her perception. I think that might help. DeMarco, what's up, man? Thank you for popping in. The Hibby Plays says, hey, Josh, I need some advice on how to ask a girl for her phone number. I've been talking to her a lot, and I think she's interested, but I just can't get myself to ask her. So I answered the phone number question a few times. I think what it comes down to is tie asking for the number into making plans. Say, hey, listen, the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie just came out. Do you want to go check it out? Oh, I do too. Let me get your number, and I'll text you so we can make plans. That, I think, is the smoothest way to kind of lead into asking for the number. So Dylan says, oh, chat just jumped. I don't know where it went. Okay, guys. So chat jumped. I was just about to answer Dylan's question. I'm going to just jump back in here. I saw someone said prom is Saturday. So hopefully I can get to all your prom questions. Okay, I'm just going to start from here. Taz is cool. So guys, if I missed your questions, I apologize. Try posting again in the chat. See, Taz is cool says, how to tell my mom and dad and that the girl that I want to date, we broke up, but my mom really thinks we belong together. Okay, so it can be hard sometimes to tell your parents, hey, listen, we kind of broke up, but your parents are going to be your supporters, right? Your parents are going to support you whether you are together or whether you break up. So I wouldn't be so afraid of your parents finding out or your parents being disappointed. They're going to support you, right? They want you to be happy. And if you guys broke up, they're going to try to help you become happy regardless. Let's see. So DeMarco, thanks for jumping in, guys. DeMarco, I'm going to do a quick shout out for DeMarco here. So if any of you guys are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, right? And you want to come up with, I'm sure you guys know my intros. This is the Josh Speaks. You're watching the Josh Speaks. I have kind of a musical beat to it. DeMarco does that. DeMarco makes musical beats. So if you want a musical beat to feature in the background of your videos, or you want a musical beat for your intro, DeMarco Demar is the guy you reach out to. He can work with you guys and help you come up with something really cool for your channel. So definitely check out his channel and his stuff. Let's see. So the Noble Crab says, all these girls in 7th grade like me, but I'm in 8th grade, and all my girls in 8th are like crap and annoying. I feel your pain, man. I get it. It's like your environment is not made up of people that you can ask out. But I don't see any shame. I don't think there should be any shame in asking out a seventh grader if those are the ones that like you. Get to know them better. Who knows? Beat Lawn says, I'm in middle school and the girl, let's see, and a girl told me she likes me and I told her I like her, but she's confused and we are asking each other, what are we? What can I do? Okay. So you guys both like each other and she's asking, what are you? I think that might be your point to define what you guys are. Do you guys want to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Do you guys want to spend time hanging out and get to know each other better? Let her know how you genuinely feel. She may think that, okay, because you guys like each other, you should go out. Maybe that's how you feel. If that is the case, talk that out with her. Let's see. Samson says, I'm trying to ask this girl out and we both like each other, but I don't know how to do it. Should it be over text? And if it is, how do I approach or if it's in person, how to bring it up? Okay, so you want to ask this girl out, you both like each other. Samson, like I said, use a simple technique like tie asking her out into doing something with her, right? So you can say like, hey, this is really awesome pizza place down the block from school. What are you doing on Friday? How about we go get pizza after school? Tie it into something like that. Or, and like if it's asking for the number, then say like, let me get your number and we'll make plans to see when we can go. So, let's see. So Dylan says, Josh, my crush used to ask me what subjects we had every day, but now she doesn't do it anymore. Should I talk to her first? What should I do? Dylan, yeah, I think, it may feel easier sometimes when your crush is the one initiating conversation, but when it comes down to you initiating conversation, go for it, man. Like, start talking to her again. Start asking her about her classes. Flip the script and do it back. Let's see. DeMarco says, say y'all dating if that's what you want. If not, do the opposite. What do you want? Yeah, what exactly do you want from the equation? Let's see. What else we got here. So DeMarco says, I'll buy your t-shirt when I can get the cash. I'm poor, so I can't afford it. Hey, dude, it's totally cool, man. To anyone here who is interested in Josh Speaks t-shirt, like I have this Love and Peace one. I have a bunch of them over on the joshspeaks.spreadshirt.com. I'll put that link in the description of the video once I put it up. But if you are interested in getting a Josh Speaks t-shirt, you can pick it up. But no pressure, like if you can't afford it, that's totally cool. Just being on the stream here, asking questions, interacting with people means a lot to me, guys. To anyone here that is new, also hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this. Right now we're at 90 thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this to 100 likes. See if we can get this chat to 100 likes. That'd be pretty cool. See, Scotty says, I like this girl but have no classes with her. I'm good friends with her best friend and her best friend knows. I want to ask her out to the dance coming up next Friday. I can make her laugh though. Okay, so you want to ask her out to the dance. But you kind of maybe, you feel nervous around her. You have no classes. Sorry, you didn't say you feel nervous. Let's go, but you have no classes with her. So here's the thing too. If you have no classes with the girl, it can be kind of difficult to kind of set time up, right? But if you know her best friend, right, and her best friend knows that you like her, that might be your in. So I would try to talk to the best friend and see if you can organize a time to get both of you guys together, you, the best friend, and your crush. If you can get everyone together, then it might be possible for you to kind of set aside time. Maybe it's after school. Maybe it's on the weekend. Whenever you guys can figure out time together. It may not be during school. That might just not work out for you. But try to find a time that works for you guys. We're at 95. I just saw it go up. Let's hit 100, guys. Anyone who hasn't hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up button now. Let's see what else we got here. So, so Carl says, I'd buy a shirt, but I can't use credit cards. My family is really cautious. That's totally fine, Carl. Like I said, no pressure. No one has to buy a shirt. But if you guys want to rock the Josh Speaks gear and stuff, and if it's inspirational, it's powerful for you, that's why I would say get it, if you can. If you can't, you can't. Let's see. Carl also says, this girl and I joke about it in class. She got my number off my friend to prank me. Do you think she might have a crush on me? Also, Carl, I answered that question earlier. It's possible that she may have a crush on you. I think a good way to flip it is now that she has your number, text her back when she responds to you and say, but anyway, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do for fun? And now flip the script and talk to her and ask her questions, even though she has your number. So Butter and Toast says, today I sat with my second crush while playing Mario. The last school dance, She told me to ask my first crush to dance as a prank, but does that mean anything? She might have asked your she might have asked you, sorry. She might have asked you to ask your first crush to dance as a prank, as a way to kind of deflect. It's not obvious whether or not she likes you. It's kind of difficult to tell. But if you like her, I mean, what do you feel is holding you back from talking to her and asking her out? Let's see. Yeah. So DeMarco, thank you so much for jumping in and answering the questions. Guys, DeMarco's one of the mods, and he's got great advice too. So check out what he's saying in response to some of the questions that I might be missing here. Let's see. Let me see if there's any new questions in here. Okay, cool. Justin Antonio says, Megahertz says, I have no life, so Friday. So Fridays might be better. We'll see if we switch to Fridays then. Justin says, I liked a girl in my high school for 4 months. I keep saying I'll talk to her, but I don't want to talk to her tomorrow. What should I do? Oh, so you liked a girl in high school for 4 months. You keep saying you'll talk to her. Okay, so it sounds to me like it might be a matter of just acting, right? Just like stepping into the moment and doing it. That might be holding you back. I have a video called How to Approach a Girl in 3 Seconds, which you should definitely check out. The 3-second rule essentially is when you see your crush, give yourself no more than 3 seconds to walk up to them and talk to them. Even if you're just going to say something as simple as, hey, how's it going? Do that. That's so important to at least start establishing things, at least start establishing some kind of connection with her. I think that's the best way to approach it. So Dylan says, Josh, my crush used to ask me what subjects. Oh, okay, so I answered this. Sawyer Hirschman, do I remember you? Yeah, I do remember you, dude. Good to see you again, man. Let's see, Tuesday, Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. Okay, so now I'm finally, oh man, so I'm really behind on the comments. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to still go through one by one, answer the comments, even though I know I'm behind. And then in the last 5 minutes of this stream, I'm just going to go and I'm going to, oh, we got another super chat, guys. Let's go right to the super chat. Brandon D. Brandon D, thank you so much for sending the $5. I truly appreciate it, man. I'm going to answer your question now. Thank you so much. I really mean it. It means a lot to me, man. So Brandon asks, how do you approach your crush if you haven't talked to her? We both make eye contact when we see each other, but we never talked before. Any tips? So it sounds to me like you guys acknowledge each other. There is that level of acknowledgement there. But it is the matter of how do you step out of your comfort zone and just approach them? How do you get that conversation going? And here's what I would suggest for you, Brandon. Like I just mentioned moments ago, the 3-second rule. When you spot your crush, when you spot this girl you want to talk to, walk right up to her. I know it may feel like it's impossible to do, but trust me, I did this. I pushed myself to do this sometimes when I was in high school. That's exactly how I got my first girlfriend. I saw her there sitting with her friends, and I told myself, I can't just approach her, but I did. I walked up to her and I said, hey, I need your opinion on something. And that I think that, hey, can I get your opinion on something? Is a good opener. It's a good way to frame it, because what you can do is you can lead in with anything, right? You can say, hey, can I get your opinion on something? What's a good place to travel for the summer? Or what's a good movie to see in theaters right now? You can ask literally about anything that you feel comfortable talking about. Maybe you like Marvel and you want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy or movies that are out or TV shows or anything like that. Lead in with that type of question. And like I said, follow the 3-second rule. When you make eye contact with her, walk up to her. I know your feet may feel solidified and frozen in the ground, but push yourself to walk up to her, because here's the thing. Both of you guys are making eye contact and no one's moving, and therefore you both are feeling nervous about it, right? If you can approach her and you can talk to her, then in that moment, right, what's going to end up happening is she's going to immediately hit the mic. She's going to immediately feel a sense of relief. And that immediate sense of relief is going to be, okay, he approached me. Okay, he's talking to me. I can feel comfortable being here right now, right? She might be waiting for you to start that interaction. And once you start that interaction, once you get that ball rolling, like I said, start with the question, hey, can I get your opinion on something? Or me and my friends were debating something. What do you think about this? Or, hey, just a question. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this thing. Starting with one of those lead-in topics. And I think that's a good way to kind of open up the conversation. Because look, what you'll discover is that if you guys are making eye contact with each other, she might be waiting for you to approach her and talk to her, right? Now, if at the end of the day you approach her and she's like, leave me alone, okay, then you know where you stand. But at least you'll know. So I would totally take that approach. I hope that answer was helpful. Like I said, follow the 3-second rule. If you wait past 3 seconds, you're going to get cold feet. It happens to everyone. Your mind is going to come up with a million reasons why you shouldn't do it. You can't give your mind a moment to think like that. And the best way to do that is as soon as you see her, walk right up to her and ask her, hey, let me get your opinion on something, and start it from there. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat. It really means a lot to me. I hope that was helpful. I hope that answered your question. I really think that you have what it takes, man. I truly believe in you. And if you want to shoot me a message over on Instagram or Snapchat at the Josh Speaks, and we can talk deeper, talk more in depth. And plus, I want to know, I want you to follow up with me. I want you to tell me how things went. I want to know if you approach her. So shoot me a message and let me know. Keep me up to date on how everything's going, man. Thank you again for the super chat. I hope that answer was helpful. So guys, thank you so much for that. Let's see. So let's get back into where we were. So some people are saying Friday. So maybe I'll do Fridays. Weekdays are better for me. Okay. So we got a mix of Tuesdays and Fridays. I think what I might end up doing is I might just start doing more of these. Maybe I'll do 2 of these a month, one on Tuesday, one on Friday throughout the month. And we'll see from there, guys. I'm trying to plan on my schedule more. I'm definitely trying to do more live streams, as you guys have seen on my channel. One thing that is really cool, and this is just a quick sidebar here. To those of you guys that saw my latest video, unboxing a book on public speaking, where I answer Q&A questions. So here's the thing. I was waiting for my YouTube. So I passed 100,000 subscribers. Anyone here that's new, hit the thumbs up button. We're almost at 100 likes. Let's get this to 100 likes. I passed 100,000 subscribers. When you do, YouTube said, you apply, and YouTube sends you kind of your plaque, whatever. That's like, the little silver play button, right? It's cool. It's monumental. So last week I got a package in the mail, and I thought, oh, this is my silver play button. It said it was going to be delivered. So I'm like, I'm going to stream it live, and it's going to be awesome, and everyone's going to have a good time. And I'm looking at the box, and I'm like, this box looks a little small. It seems a little small in comparison to other people's boxes. So I'm on the stream, and I'm like, oh, cool, let's open it. If this isn't it, I'm going to look like an idiot. And it wasn't. It was actually a book that I had gotten from a person that I met at a career day event, and she teaches public speaking. So she sent me her book. So I actually got my YouTube. I finally got it in the mail. It came maybe an hour ago or so, but I had to do the stream. So I was like, you know what? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up tomorrow and do another live stream with you guys. Like I said, I want to do more live streams. I'm going to jump on the live stream tomorrow. I'm actually going to do an official unboxing of the YouTube play button. This time it's for real. I mean it. It's for real. I'm not duping you guys. Some of you are on there to see my embarrassing moment. You can catch if you check out my latest video, you'll see my embarrassing moment. But definitely, tomorrow I will open up for you guys. So gaming says probably Friday. Tuesday, people could have homework, and Friday just the end of the week, give more chances for people to come. Yeah, it seems like Friday might be easier because it's the end of the week. I know Tuesday people have activities after school and homework. So I might do Fridays. I'm going to keep testing and see. Next one will probably be Friday. Okay, cool. Let's see. Noelle says, she said yes when I asked, but her mom won't allow. I might be meeting her parents tonight. Okay, so I'm assuming you mean in reference to a school dance or prom or something like that. It does suck when parents kind of shut it down and say no, but it's possible that you can talk to their parents. You talk to her parents, and maybe if they get to know you better, they might be more okay with it. Let's see. All right, let's see what other questions we got here. Thank you guys. We passed 100 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 110. Let's shoot it up to 110. Anyone here that's new that hasn't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. And like David, who previously sent a super chat, what I'm doing is I'm going through the chat. I'm kind of one by one here. So if I don't get to your question, guys, I apologize. If you do want to push your question all the way to the top and you want to put it right in front and center and have me answer right now before this stream ends, you can always click the super chat. The super chat is the little $ symbol that is on the bottom there when you're on, like in the chat window where you're typing. If you click on that, you could donate $1, $5, whatever it is, and you could submit it so that I can receive your question. It pops up in front of me, and then we can dedicate a good amount of time. I can make sure it gets answered for you guys. Butter and Toast said you live in Texas. No, I live in New York. I'm a New Yorker. Gaming Morin says, mentally and physically, it may seem natural not to have to get that so much sleep, but it's worth it to get those 8-9 hours. Absolutely. That's something I had to learn the hard way. For a while, I was only sleeping for like 4 hours a night. But now I sleep a lot better. I get about 8 or 9 hours of sleep if I can. Let's see. So Carl Gilman says, staying up late is bad because I've got school, but it's Josh Week's live stream. So, okay. So Carl, if you're over there in the UK, thank you for staying up. I think it might be best if you do go to sleep. I don't want you to ruin your day tomorrow, school, all those different things. If you want to hang out, keep hanging out. But like I said, be conscious of that. You know, like I'd rather you get sleep. And like I said, I might do this on Friday, so it might be easier for some of you guys. So let's see. Okay. I agree. Beast Player said end bomb is instant timeout, no warnings. I agree. No end bombs, guys. This is all about having a good time. So Alan Rio says, I've been talking to this girl through text. She goes to another school, and texting is the best I can do right now. How do I keep her interested and progress? So that's a good question. So essentially, what you're trying to lead into is a long distance relationship. And Alan, I think it's important to ask yourself, do you think that's something that you could possibly actually maintain with her? If you guys are in, she goes to different schools. Is it possible for you guys to make time to see each other? Are your schools so far away that all you can do is talk through text? I think you need to ask yourself what type of relationship you want to build with her, and that'll help you really see whether or not it's possible for you guys to maintain something going forward. So I would definitely check that out and see. If all you have is texting for now, you can do a lot through texting, right? Like you can text or you can send pictures to each other. You can just do Skype calls or FaceTimes with each other. There's a lot of creative ways to kind of keep in touch with someone through the phone, right? That's totally possible. I think you just got to be creative with it. Speaking of the phone, I want to share this with you guys one more time. To those of you that aren't following me over on Snapchat, you can see it a little bit better. Take a picture of my Snap code. Everyone screenshot right now. There, and add me over on Snapchat. It's always cool, like after the live streams, to go on and say like, I got a bunch of Snapchat followers, because then I just shoot you guys messages and stuff, and we talk, and we instantly get into the meat and potatoes of it all. So let's see. Okay, so David, so David's prom question screwed him over. So David, so I hope my answer before was helpful. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, next question. Okay, let's see. I see moderators doing some good moderating here. Thank you guys for keeping the chat kind of clean and civil here. I know sometimes people troll and do those things, and that's not what we're about, guys. We're all about having fun and helping each other out, right? So that's what this is about. Okay, so James says, hey, Josh, I live in a city with lots of students, but I'm not in uni as I'm working. Where would you suggest I meet up with students my age that's not a club? Okay, so you're not in uni as you're working. So here's the thing, too. A lot of times people are like, where do I meet people and stuff? If you can go onto university campuses, you can just hang out there. I think, like, looking back to my own college days, right? I remember it's like the campuses, anyone can be on the campus and hang out there. And people are sitting on the grass, people are hanging out at tables, people are going to the library. I think a college campus is a great place, especially if you're a student who you're not in university, but you're working. If you have free time on the weekends, people are always just hanging out on campuses on the weekends. That might be a good place to meet people your age. Because think about it, everyone there is pretty much in your age bracket, right? Other cool places might be places like parks, right? People don't realize parks are a great place to meet people because it's sunny sometimes. People are just hanging out, having a good time. And you can just walk up and sit next to someone and just start a casual conversation. And it's all cool. Like a lot of times people are like, oh, meet people in clubs or in bars and stuff. I'm not about that. Like I tried that for a while. Me and my friends would go to bars all the time and stuff. But I think the best, genuine, easiest place to meet people would just be talking to them. And like I said, on a college campus, if you could just go on and hang out there, in a park, right? People are just sitting on the grass. People are playing with their dogs. Everyone's just having a good time. You could start casual conversations with people. That might be the easiest way to start just a conversation with people. And if you guys ever watch things like Simple Pickup or channels like that, they just walk up to girls on college campuses and start talking to them. So it's totally possible to do that too. Okay. So, all right. So I'm scrolling through. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to click on the bottom of the chat. And for the last 5 minutes of this, right, I'm just going to grab questions as they show up. So I'm no longer answering questions as I scroll through. I may see your question. I may not. If you want to get your question in at the last minute here, that's what the super chat's for. Like I said, the little dollar sign on the bottom, it'll push your question to the top. But for now, I'm just going to grab them as they come. So I'm going to let the chat go wild now. So, okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. So Panda says, hey, Josh, I like this girl. She knows I like her. She said we can be friends. How do I make things not awkward? Okay. So you like her and she knows you like her and she wants to just be friends. So if she's focused on just being friends with you, and she kind of told you that, then it might be that she put you in the friend zone. It's not exactly clear, right? I think what you have to ask yourself is, how do you make things not awkward? You have to ask yourself, what type of relationship do you want with her? Do you want to just be friends and that's it? Or do you want to build it to something more? If you want to build it to something more, but she told you, hey, let's just be friends, then I think the best thing to do is the best thing to do in that case really is to distance yourself from her, right? I know that may not be the answer you want to hear, but distance yourself from her so that you can grow on your own. And then look, in terms of not making it awkward, the best thing you can try is to, do is to just kind of talk to her in the most casual way possible. Don't be so hung up on trying to flirt with her or trying to build something more with her or telling her, oh no, we're just friends. I don't like you anymore. Don't do any of that. Just if you see her and you have to talk with her, say, hey, how's it going? And you move on. Don't spend too much time talking to her or trying to build a friendship with her if that's not what you really want. Okay, cool. Revving Nitro says, my crush likes me. I think she doesn't respond to my Snapchats. What should I do? I'm so confused. So Revving Nitro, I have a video on how to ask your crush out on Snapchat. You might want to check that video out. If she's not responding to your snaps, then it's possible that she just either A, doesn't have time to, like she just doesn't make time to do it, or B, she's just not interested in you. So the question is, how do you get her to be interested in you, to get her to respond to your snaps? I think when it comes to a person's not responding to you on the phone, next best thing is to start trying to talk to them more in person. The more you get to know her in person, the easier it's going to be for you to then transition back to Snap, right? Because now she's talking to you in person, she's starting to see you as a real person. You're a solid person that's there. You're interacting with her, and it's a lot harder for her to kind of ignore those messages when she gets them on Snapchat. So let's see what else we got. So Kingdom Pride says, I'm going to prom alone with friends. How do I ask a girl to dance? That's a good question. So Kingdom Pride, if you haven't already, check out my latest video. You might have on what to do if you're going to prom alone. If you are going to prom alone and you want to ask a girl to dance, here's the thing. When people are at prom, they're there to have a good time, right? You might encounter some people that are sticklers, that are like, oh, like, don't dance with me. I don't want to dance with you. But for the most part, people are just dancing in groups. People are dancing one-on-one. Everyone's there to have a good time. So when it comes to, I saw Butter and Toast mentioned the 3-second rule. Absolutely. It's like when you see a girl that you want to dance, say, hey, let's dance. And you just start dancing, start having fun. And she's going to jump in. For the most part, she'll jump in. If she's uncomfortable, she'll say something or she'll move away. But for the most part, if you're single and going there, go walk up to groups and dance with the group. Dance with people one-on-one. It's all about having a good time, man. And just go there and enjoy yourself. I promise you, you'll have fun. Stella Star Wars says, Josh, this isn't a question, but I want to say thank you. You gave me advice on a live stream, and now I have a boyfriend. Awesome, Stella. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy that my advice can be helpful. I know someone had mentioned in one of my videos recently, they're like, oh, all you do is give advice for boys, but that's not true. I give a lot of advice, I think, that are how to ask a girl and stuff, but I try to make my advice general in a way that they work for both guys and girls. It's like, people are the same at the end of the day. We try to stigmatize, no, you talk to girls like this, you talk to boys like this, but at the end of the day, we all kind of want the same things, don't we, guys? We all want to feel comfortable in a conversation with someone. We all want to feel like we're accepted for who we are. We all want to feel like I can talk to you without you judging me. And, we can have interactions with each other and show how we feel. We all want that. So Stella, I'm super happy that you got a boyfriend. That makes me so excited. If you want, like I said, add me on Snapchat or Instagram. Tell me how it went down. And I'd love to know how your journey goes, how you guys are progressing. So shoot me a message and let me know. All right, let's jump back in. I'm going to answer a few more questions before I end the stream. We're at 113 likes. Anyone here that's new, hit the thumbs up. Let's get to 115, guys. And before I leave, if you want to get your question in, you want to make sure I answer it, that's what the super chat's for. If you guys can, the little dollar sign at the bottom where the comments are, hit the super chat, send it over before I wrap up the stream. Okay, Chewbacca says, can't even do a Chewbacca noise. My nose is all stuffed, guys. How do I tell my friend that I like the same girl as him? So that's the thing, Chewbacca. That's a good question. When it comes to telling someone that you like the same girl as them, you need to ask yourself, did he like her first? Did he have a crush on her first? If he did, then you have to ask yourself, does it make sense to tell him? Does it make sense to pursue her? I would say probably not. If you liked her first and he started liking her after, then talk to him about it. Let him know, hey, listen, dude, I like this girl as well, and I want to ask her out. You guys can be civil about it. You guys can communicate, and you don't have to be at each other's throats about it. It's just a girl. It's like you just like someone. It's not the end of the world. You guys are friends, and that's what matters most. After this, I'm going to answer one more question, but I mentioned following me over on Instagram, and I think you guys should, and here's why. After I wrap up this live stream, right, I'm going to do a post live stream on Instagram. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram. My channel, my username is the Josh Speaks on Instagram. Make sure to go follow me, guys, because I know you can see it really. The Josh Speaks on Instagram, and go follow me over there. And I'm going to jump on live there. So if I didn't get to your questions here, you could probably ask your questions on Instagram Live. It's a little bit more chaotic, but it's totally cool. And to anyone here that doesn't know, after I upload any videos on YouTube, I always do an Instagram live stream afterwards, right? I don't know if you guys all know this. Let's say I upload a video on Tuesdays or on Fridays. Afterwards, I jump on Instagram Live and I just do a live stream. So you definitely want to follow me over on Instagram there. Like I said, I got Josh Speaks t-shirts. If you're interested in wearing the brand and wearing something you feel is powerful, I have a bunch of shirts with my best quotes. I think they're honest, genuine, good quotes on there. And they're just cool designs, I think. But we're going to get to one more question, guys. And let's take it from whoever pops up. Let's see. Yoel Kevito says, let's see. I have no classes with a girl who asked me to dance with her event. A year away, dance with her before. She likes me too. Okay, so let me break this down. Josh, you thinking about uploading on a third day a week? Revving Nitro asked that. So just to quickly answer that, I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a scripted video or like a, on front of the camera, but I'm definitely going to do more live streams. I might incorporate a third video, but I'm definitely doing YouTube live streams as a third day throughout the week. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to do that. I'll do an official announcement when I decide. But Yoel's question, I have no classes with a girl who asked me to dance with her event a year away, danced with her before. Okay, so you danced with her before at another event and you have no classes with this girl, you want to pursue her. What do? If there's any way for you to communicate with her, maybe you guys have a mutual friend. Maybe you can add her on Snapchat or Instagram. Maybe you can talk to her online or by email, or maybe you see her in the hallways. Try to find where your link is. Maybe it is just a mutual friend. Maybe you know one of her friends, and try to use that as the gateway. If you guys have a mutual friend, definitely ask that mutual friend, hey, can you introduce her to me? Can you ask her can you get us all together to hang out? Maybe we'll all go watch a movie one day and do that. Let's see. Triggers 101 kills him says, Josh, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Butters. Bye, Josh. Thanks for the advice. Thank you so much, Butter, for being a part of this. All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. We're at 119 likes. Let's get to 120. Anyone here who just tuned in or is new who hasn't hit the like button, hit the like button. Get it to 120. Hey, Death Star. I'm wrapping it up now. But, guys, there's a post live stream show over on Instagram. You guys can jump on Instagram, follow me, and go there. I'm going to go live as soon as I wrap up here. And to anyone here who, if you're jumping in late to the stream and you wanted to see everything, I'm going to do what I always do, guys. I'm going to review this. I'm going to put all the time codes in the description of the video and as the first comment. And all you have to do is look and say, okay, these are all the questions I answered. So you can go in there and let me know what your question is. And if you want, leave a comment and say, hey, you answered my question at this time. So I can know whose question I answered. But I think it's really cool. I'm going to do that for you guys. It takes me about an hour and a half to go through, but I'm going to do the live stream first. I'm going to go eat dinner. We're going to hang out on Instagram Live. At the Josh Speaks is my username. On that note, I want to thank DeMarco. I want to thank CBA. I want to thank all the awesome moderators. You guys are amazing. You really help this be what it is. Guys, before I wrap this up, I just want to say, I hope you have a wonderful time at prom. I know it can be a stressful time. I know it can be hard to figure out what you want to do. But remember, at the end of the day, what matters most is just enjoying yourself, just having a good time. So try not to stress out. Try not to worry so much about the details. It's going to go by in a flash. It's just going to pass you by. It's going to, trust me, those few hours are just going to swing by really quickly. So just make the most of them while you can, guys. Guys, I truly believe that you can be somebody great, and I want to help you learn how to be your best self. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Go join me over on Instagram at the Josh Speaks. We're going to do a post live show. I will talk to you guys on Friday. As always, tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I'll talk to you. I'll be doing my unboxing of my my play button. I got my YouTube play button, my silver play button for 100,000 subscribers. So tomorrow evening I'll be doing it live. We're doing it live. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. As always, love and peace. I'll see you guys tomorrow or right after Instagram. Now, there's a lot going on. Go follow me on Instagram. See ya.